Chathany, hello, it's me. Dad. How are we doing, boys? How's life? Good. How are you today? I barely got any sleep, and I was up in the morning, and then I went back to sleep, and then I woke up at like 1:30. Good. Getting around to watching Reincarnated as a Slime? It's like 5 years old now, isn't it? Christ. Ugh. I deserve to be 20 forever. Me, I deserve that. No one else. Slurping down the isekai slop. Ugh. Ah, neck, spine, back, pain. Try and get the side hustle going a little bit more. I might be able to get my mom into PSP emulation. Hyper specific. Huh. You know, I've owned 3 Vitas. I didn't play many things on them. I played Demon Gazer and I never finished it. I played Dracula X, which I only got because it had Symphony included in it. Enjoyed that. Played the mobile port version of Disgaea 1 on it. And I think I played Disgaea 4 complete on it. Huh. I think that's it. Christ. Had Arby's was adequate. I haven't had Arby's in forever, dude. I could kill someone for a roast beef sandwich and a Jamocha right now. Anything interesting going on, Chathany, that you have immediate need you want to discuss with me, your father? Your provider? Ow. E. Oh, Christ. The darkness. The evils of man. Edited the remainder of the 2025 VOD. Should have them all uploaded soon. Good for you, man. What's your favorite underdog story / game? That is an incredibly broad spectrum of things. That would be basically impossible and narrowed down. Kari, hello. Thief, hello. If they had booked Daniel Bryan to beat Brock Lesnar in that one match, it would have been that. Unfortunately, they didn't, so it's shit. Christ. Oh, the spine pain. PlayStation going diskless. Xbox going employeeless. That shotgun to the face meme just keeps happening, huh? The best underdog story is Thug 1. I would love to stream the Tony Hawk games. Unfortunately, the music will kill me. I beat the Baron in Half Sword, by the way. Dirt simple. Big spiky poleaxe is incredible. All the blame for Lesnar versus Ambrose sucking being put on Moxley. No one in the backstage area is capable of telling Brock Lesnar, dude, shut the fuck up and do your job. Brock, shut the fuck up and do your job. Supposedly Steam is getting a boom in sales. I can't imagine why. I simply don't know how it could happen. It boggles the mind. I wonder why. So true. Do some free played mode, whatever it's called, can make all the combatants send small. Or happeth. Dude, we still have to finish that Elden Ring run. Still gotta do that. Bring back Cornet just to tell Lesnar that he'd shoot him if he doesn't do the job that they pay him millions for. Only thing you can do of value. Incredible. Gabe is like the only corporate CEO I'd be happy to give my money to. I hope they discover the cure to immortality. The cure? The secret to immortality, and give it only to Gabe Newell. Chat, the new model is coming along. It's getting alarmingly close to done. I just need to figure out the cape texture. I might just have to draw it on manually, because so far the sliders are being uncooperative. After I figure that out, then it's just getting a thingy on the hat, and then throwing on a couple extra textures, which should be easy to find, and then heavily edit. And then I'm gonna do one pass over with a couple of people and ask them what they think about it and if it needs anything else. And then it should be done. I reiterate, the anniversary stream is the 20th. So look forward to that. Gah. Patiently waiting for Gabe to start his own rocket company like every other money lord. I want Gabe Newell to start building submarines. That's what I want. I want Gabe Newell to have an enormous undersea base built. That is what I want. I want that man to build a city at the bottom of the ocean. If anyone can do it, Gabe Newell can do it. Gabe in making his robots. His big robots. His yachts are his base. He hasn't lived on dry land for decades, so I assume. The Slopback of the century. Is that a thing we should do, or should I keep rambling about nothing? Gah. The slopping it. Slopping it. Straight slopping it. I'm slopping! When the Steam Cube came out, so many assholes came out and smugly said, wow, there's your undying loyalty now, even though we don't need it to use Steam. Incredible things. American McGee living the game life, but the poor form. God rest his skeleton. I hope that Alice game comes to light at some point so he will stop starving. Psychic damage incoming. Typically, that's how it goes, yeah. I would say. Issue with a lot of isekai is being pitched with a gimmick and then having that gimmick invalidated halfway through a season. It's terrible, isn't it? Awful. The darkness. Hey, by the way, chat, it has not rained one bit since I've been home. I just want to put that one out there to make you better understand the situation I live with. Not one drop of rain. which is particularly odd because that pasture next to me is still completely green. American McGee is now working on a game that's set in the same universe as the Alice games, but there won't be too much linking the two games together. It's one of those things where you have to put out a much less broad game so you can make money to make the game that you were already making. P. Buen. We had a storm that put thousands of people out of power. Incredible. Sounds nice and cool. I fucking hate the summer, man. I hate it. He could have unretired. The unretiring gimmick. It's too bad the sun wasn't there to enjoy it too. Fuck the sun. People really like the Shota cameraman in the new Cyberpunk season. That kid's like going to die, right? Like he's going to be eviscerated. I feel like that's just bound to happen. To shreds, you say? Appears a giant anvil has fallen from the sky and flattened it like a pancake. The images I've seen are... wow. Amazing. Most of them will die. That's the way these things typically go, huh? Chat, is that... because I know they put Lucy and Rebecca in that Hoyo game, Wuthering Waves, right? And I've been told that is canon to Edge Runners. So, does that mean everything worked out? Not MiHoYo, either way. Does that mean everything worked out for those people? And everything was fine? Is that what that means? Thief dropped his phone in a puddle but couldn't afford rice to summon me to fix it. Broke bitch. Not at all? It's fine. Is it, though? Is it? I only had half a heart attack. Rebecca knows she is dead in Edge Runners. Did she get, like, soul transferred? Is that what happened? They whoosh away at the end. Well, that's unfortunate, isn't it? At some point, I need to relearn not biting my nails. Oh, the pain. Well, Chathany, I suppose we may as well get into it. I suppose we may as well convince the slopping. The slopping is gonna be a very strong one, it is. It's gonna be a very proficient level of slopping. Gonna be upset when we get the Rebecca who did not die disclaimer. Alright, Chathany, it's time for Slop. Firstly, from Low HP, Joe beats up Peter Cleveland and Quagmire. Bayonetta, meme edit.
Yo, Joe! What the hell you doing here, pansy?
We're gonna break your legs, Joe.
You know, I would consider streaming Bayonetta if I was any good at it. At all.
Come on, guys! Get up!
I think my primary issue when I played Bayonetta back in the day was that I just wanted to use the sword and nothing but the sword.
You want to touch me?
Nice try. The hell with you. The end. Get out. Smashing.
How did Hideki Kamiya convince Nintendo of all companies to buy out this franchise? You think Kamiya has the guy who made this blocked on Twitter? Assuredly, yes. People got so upset that Bayonetta wasn't gay.
Sean.
People exceedingly upset that the character that was always seen to be completely straight is completely straight and gets married and has a child. Bayonetta's legs are Joe's legs. My wife's legs. Well, wasn't that fanciful, children? Next! From Wang, how an eel can get inside you. Tales from the internet. Oh boy. Cross your legs, gentlemen.
There's a long storied history of foreign objects winding up inside of the human bladder, somehow. I've covered such stories in the past. Like the boy from the UK who got
the older
entirety of
Wang
USB
gets, the more he
charging
starts
cable stuck inside
polymorphing into
himself.
Dracula.
Or a woman who had an entire glass tumbler inside of her for 4 years. How'd they get in there? It's a 1,000,000 shot, Doc. Well, now I've got some stories to which I feel these pale in comparison. Multiple cases from around the world of fish winding up inside of a human bladder, both living and dead. I know what you might be thinking now, and a lot of people have asked me to cover them, but I'm not actually talking about the parasitic catfish from the Amazon. Although the
That
human
one is
bladder might
terrifying.
be a better fate than those shitty little fish bowls that they stick goldfish in, these fish likely did not choose this fate.
Oh,
In today's
Salamanca.
video, let's take a look at some fish that mysteriously wound up inside of a human bladder. This video is sponsored by MyHeritage. MyHeritage is a leading global family history and DNA service.
Chad, have
And
you
it
ever
makes
taken one of these
exploring your
DNA
family
test
history
things to
easier
see your
than ever.
ancestry
So at a
even
glance,
once?
nobody's really quite sure what's going on with me. If you follow me enough,
They
you
always
got
strike
some
me as like they would be
passing knowledge that I'm
completely
part breeder,
inaccurate,
part
or you're gonna
breeder, but I
find
really
out you were
know
like
how the
a direct
breakdown is.
descendant of
And
Hitler or
MyHeritage
something.
DNA kit is just $29 for a limited time.
And you're probably
MyHeritage
gonna
DNA
keep that
test
one
is
to
you do a
yourself.
quick cheek swab, then you send it off, and MyHeritage has the full breakdown for you. So let's take a look at what I got.
They sell off that data? Yeah, that sounds about right.
Chinese? There's no way Chinese. Get out of here. That fucking song though. A little bit of Central Asia is like that Borat stuff. That's probably like everyone got a little bit of that. Alright, the Germanic we were expecting. French. And all the rest. 11 more ethnicities. Alright, so apparently the deal with that Chinese. Apparently MyHeritage has divided the Korean ethnicity between Chinese and Japanese. And I guess my part is the Chinesier part. Which I guess that makes sense considering how I act. The German I was expecting, but
My
I knew
ethnic
there was gonna be some
makeup
other
is
kinds
a
of white mixed in
Meramut.
there, but the French was out of left field. I gotta tell Frenchie when I see
Thief.
it next. Also, I got in the further breakdown. I got
Things are not
Breton,
gonna go well
which
for you, I promise.
I thought that was a thing just from the Elder Scrolls. I don't know. It was a
Wang
real
pulls
thing,
up the
but I guess
map,
I got
goes
it.
to
In addition
India,
the
deletes the
ethnicity,
footage.
MyHeritage also has ancient origins, which traces you back 10,000 years. This includes ancient populations like Imperial Romans, Norse Vikings, Phoenicians, and ancient Egyptians. And the DNA matches feature can show you some potentially missing relatives that you didn't know about. And I know this is a concern with any of this kind of service. In its privacy policy, which is legally binding, MyHeritage commits to never sell or license genetic data.
It says here your oldest ancestor we can find is Mary and Joseph.
$29, 29 euros or 29 pounds depending on your region. The lowest price on the market worldwide. Click the link in the description box or scan the QR code.
Isn't Thief
So before
Native
I get into
American,
stories
Irish, and
about
Polish?
fish
That sounds
winding up
right.
Inside human bladders, let me address the elephant in the room. That being the candiru, also known as the vampire fish, the toothpick fish, and sometimes the penis fish. Vandellia cirrhosa. The candiru is typically found along the Amazon River basin in South America. The fish typically attaches itself to the gills of larger fish and drinks their blood. There, it fills up with blood and leaves once it's satisfied. And since the 19th century, it's been said that this inch-long fish is attracted to human urine. It's said to lure the fish, which will then swim up your pee hole and eject spines that lodge itself inside your penis. Not only
It's such an easy thing to avoid.
To remove. Other accounts of these fish say that they'll eat.
How has this happened so much that we know about it?
Inside of you. It may sound like a bit of an urban legend.
Why does everyone piss in a river?
Especially since the earliest known write-ups were by German biologists recounting warnings from indigenous people. And it actually seemed like reports of this fish ceased in 1891. That was until 1997, when a urologist working in Brazil named Anwar Samad reported that he himself removed a candiru from a man. It had reportedly gotten lodged inside of his urethra after it jumped out of the water and swam up his dick. The patient presented pale with an infection, penile bleeding, and the inability to urinate. It had also seemingly tried to penetrate his scrotum before dying inside of him. After deciding not to extract the fish through the perineum, which is the science word for your taint, the doctor would pull it out the way it got in, using urethral washes and endoscopic equipment. And after a year, he reported there were no lasting effects following the successful procedure. Dr. Samad's
good for
bring
him.
this fish back into the mainstream consciousness. However, despite this report, there's still a lot of controversy over whether or not the candiru actually is the penis fish. Critics noted that the doctor's report of the fish jumping out of the water is inconsistent with the fish's observed behavior, and a study in 2001 demonstrated that the fish actually does not care about urine at all. According to their observations, the fish seems to hunt by sight rather than being attracted to any particular chemical. Furthermore, Samad's report is literally the only modern known case of this happening. Although clearly this is something that can happen, a biologist named Stephen Spott compared the odds of this happening to you, even if you're actively pissing in the Amazon, to getting struck by lightning while simultaneously being eaten by a shark. Of course,
I'm surprised I've never been struck by lightning over the years.
Been up a dick.
I really thought it would have happened by now.
Even made its way as far as into the bladder. I was looking into one particular story I remember.
Far from the water, not raw dogging the thing.
And I found that this has happened.
Demented if you think I'm getting into a pond, man.
Fish pedicure. First popularized where else but China.
This is the kind of monster Mulder and Scully are up against when they aren't literally fighting ghosts and aliens. Or ghosts of aliens.
Calluses and dead skin, giving you nice smooth feet. This would become a global trend before ultimately being banned in certain places due to health concerns. In particular, damage to nail beds and sometimes the outright removal of toenails, and the risk of infection when fish draw blood. Some even raised concerns of hepatitis or HIV transmission. Also, it's considered somewhat inhumane, as these fish are only willing to eat foot skin in the absence of the things it would rather eat, like plankton. But this doesn't stop true believers from engaging in the practice. And of course, your feet aren't the only place where you might want nice soft skin. You can even get a full body fish cleanse. But on at least one occasion, this has gone very, very wrong. Let me tell you about a story from 2011. A 56-year-old Chinese man named Zhang Nan was enjoying such a procedure in hopes that it would help him look 10 years younger.
Jesus Christ.
A bit different, employing eels rather than doctor fish. So during the procedure, Zhang is relaxing in the bath as the eels feast on the dead skin all over his body. Then suddenly it stops being relaxing as he feels a sharp pain in his crotch. One of the eels had gotten lodged inside of his urethra. In a panic, he manages to get a hold of the eel's tail, but he finds that it's just too slippery to get a good grip on. Thus, the fish works its way inside of his penis and all the way up into his bladder. After a 3-hour procedure, the surgeons managed to remove the animal.
Is it necessary that you be completely naked for this shit, man? Is it really necessary?
Like that. Despite this horrifying story, 2 years later, Western outlets would start reporting on how eel exfoliation treatments are the hot new trend that you just gotta try. In another report in 2011, urologists looked at various cases of foreign bodies in the urinary bladder. The report was written with the intent of sharing best practices for removing these kinds of bodies, because patients often wait until the last minute to say, hey, I stuck something up my dick, and then the urologists find themselves in a race against the clock. Cases in the report include a woman who was pleasuring herself with a safety pin, and then the whole pin got inside of her and worked its way into the bladder. And then there was another case with a 23-year-old man who was using an electric wire and lost it inside of himself. Of note for this video, though, was the case of a 16-year-old boy who had gotten a leech inside of his bladder. He arrived to the hospital complaining of abdominal pain, and he presented with what the report describes as profuse hematuria, aka pissing a lot of blood. Upon their investigation, they found that his bladder was full of blood clots, and then they discovered a big fat swollen leech. It had reportedly entered his body when he was submerged in a rice paddy, and incidents involving leeches and rice paddies are pretty common, so much so that agriculture groups have published material on how to best protect yourself from them. but a leech swimming up your dick and getting in your bladder. It's not as common, but I guess it's not entirely unheard of. In fact, a paper published a few years prior to this reported 43 separate cases of leeches getting inside of people's bladders. And it puts forth a method that appears to be the best practice for removing a leech from a human bladder. The patients are given a Foley catheter that's flushed with saline and then clamped for 3 or more hours. Now, I'm not a scientist, and I'm not a doctor, I'm just a guy who reads
I feel like I should be genetically evolved to flush my entire body with acid.
After time is up, you release
just
the
in
pressure,
case.
and then the leech shoots out of your dick. Dead or alive, as they noted. In the case of the rice patty boy, though, the
Weak
leech
shit, just
launch
use a
failed.
cigar. I understood that
Perhaps because
reference.
this leech was larger than average, or maybe because there were so many blood clots, so they just had to cut him open and take it out. And then finally we get the story that very, very amusingly, to me at least, probably not the boy, was published in a British outlet called Practical Fish Keeping. I guess to show you what's practical, they also gotta show you what's not practical. The article tells the tale of a 14-year-old boy from India.
Oh, there's a fucking
2 centimeter long
surprise.
Fish stuck in his bladder. He arrives to the hospital complaining about abdominal pains, and aside from some piss driblets, has not been able to urinate for 24 hours. In a report published by the doctors, they note that after questioning, he said that while cleaning his fish tank, he was holding one of his fish, and when he was holding the fish, he realized that he really had to pee. So he went to the bathroom while still holding the fish. And then, while he was peeing, the fish somehow slipped out of his hand and got lodged into his pee hole. It was a 1,000,000-to-1 shot, Doc. In the intro
Million to one.
they note that a great variety of foreign bodies have been removed from the lower urinary tract and male external genitalia, and most patients were too ashamed to admit they had inserted or applied any object, and usually presented when a complication had occurred from a foreign body. They also did note, though, that mentally he was sound, and clinically he was absolutely a normal person with no previous history of any psychiatric illness. They also say that
Aside
his
from being Indian.
urethral meatus appeared normal. I have no idea what a urethral meatus is, and now I have to find out what it is because meatus is a great word. Alright, apparently it's just the word for the opening. But I thought it was going to be like, you know how the skin...
And they
is a little
didn't come
different,
up,
like the
and their
exact heel
flip-flops
part? It's
flowing
just got,
out
like,
of
that
the
little- I don't
waterfall.
know how you describe it, like...
Yeah,
You
it
ever
sounds
bevel
about
and
right.
emboss something in Photoshop? It's like the pee hole got the little bevel. It got the little bevel and emboss.
Don't make me
I
laugh
thought the
at
bevel
this.
and emboss thing on your dick was the fucking meatus, but I guess the meatus is just the whole hole. Anyway, they find this fish dead inside this kid's bladder, and they don't even bother trying the catheter bazooka trick. They just cut him right open. Try to remove it with forceps, but the fish it really is a slippery fucker. The kid might have been lying about some things, but he wasn't lying about how slippery that guy was. So they wound up getting this thing called a stone grasper, which I believe is this thing that looks like one of those head massagers, and they got it out. Surprisingly,
The thing you
as
use to
with
mind
almost
control
all
a
of these
cat.
cases, the boy had no lasting damage from the incident. So I guess you shouldn't stick a fish up your dick, but there's worse things you could stick up your dick. Well, please don't interpret that as me saying
Don't stick
that you should
anything up
stick
your
a
dick.
fish up your pee hole.
You know, you can
that's
just
all for
eliminate
now.
a wide
If you like
range
this
of
video,
problems.
Turn on notifications and check out my video on real-life body horror stories. And once again, don't forget to check out my sponsors at MyHeritage. Just click the link in the description and use code WANG.
Thank you, Justin. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Next! Oh, thank God, some real content. Ladies and gentlemen, long discussed for multiple years, courtesy of incognito mode, we have Internet Historian's rendition of Jeff the Killer. It's finally time.
Don't blame me. Blame Honey for sponsoring this video.
Strap yourselves
The Jeff the
in.
Killer creepypasta is popular. Really popular. So before Netflix
Unfortunately
ruins it with a
popular.
feature-length film, we wanted to make a high-quality adaptation. One that stays true to the lore. Featuring Jungle Jimmy, Chills from Top 15s, The Vulgan, Skit and Sears, and Donut Operator. Jeff the Killer.
That is a very wide range of political ends of the spectrum, man.
Jeff and his family had just moved into a new neighborhood. His dad had gotten a promotion at work.
This
and
is
they
all
thought it'd
actually
be
the
best
story,
to
by
live
the
in one
way.
of those fancy neighborhoods. Jeff and his brother Liu couldn't complain though. A new, better house. What was not to love? As they were getting unpacked, one of the neighbors came by. "Hello," she said. "I'm Barbara. I live across the street from you. Well, I just wanted to introduce myself and introduce my son." She turns around and calls over her son. "Billy, these are our new neighbors."
The
Billy said
child.
hi and ran back to play in his yard. Well, said Jeff's mum. I'm Margaret, and this is my husband Peter, and my 2 sons, Jeff and Liu. They each introduced themselves.
Who the fuck
and then
names their
Barbara
kid
invited
Liu?
them to her son's birthday. Jeff and his brother
That
were
twerked
about
Red
to
Jeff the
object
Killer in high
when
school
their
and was
mother
scared
said that
shitless.
They would love to. When Jeff and his family are done packing,
She
Jeff
should
went up
be
to
here
his
for
mom.
this.
Mom, why would you invite us to some kid's party? If you haven't noticed, I'm not some dumb kid.
Jeff, said his mother, we've just moved here. We should show that we want to spend time with our neighbors. Now we're going to that party and that's final. Jeff started to talk, but stopped himself, knowing that
Ladies and gentlemen, horror icon
Whenever his mom
Jeff the
said something,
Killer.
It was final. He walked up to the room and plopped down on his bed. He sat there looking at the ceiling when suddenly he got a weird feeling. Not so much a pain, but a weird feeling. He dismissed it as some random feeling. He heard his mother call
Very
him
good
down
use
to
of
get his
words,
stuff.
using the same one
He
3
walked up
times
to
in
get
one
it.
sentence.
The next day, Jeff walked downstairs to get breakfast and got ready for school. He sat there, eating his breakfast, and once again got that feeling.
Boss
This time,
like a
it was stronger.
boss.
It gave him a slight tugging pain. But once again, he dismissed it. As he and Liu finished breakfast, they walked down to the bus stop. They sat there waiting for the bus. And then, all of a sudden, some kid on a skateboard jumped over them, only inches above their laps. They both jumped back in surprise.
Hey, what the hell?
The kid landed and turned back to them. He kicked his skateboard up and caught it with his hands. The kid seemed to be about 12, 1 year younger than Jeff. He wears an Aeropostale shirt and ripped blue jeans.
Well, well, well. It looks like we got some new meat.
Suddenly, 2 other kids appeared. One was super skinny, and the other was huge.
Fat fuck.
And the other was huge.
Well, since you're new here, I'd like to introduce ourselves. Over there is Keith.
Jeff and Liu looked over to the skinny kid. He had a dopey face that you would expect a sidekick to have.
And he's Troy.
They looked over at the fat kid. Talk about a tub of lard. This kid looks like he hasn't exercised since he was crawling. Zing,
And I
said the first kid.
am Randy. Now, for all the kids in this neighborhood, there is a small price for bus fare if you catch my drift.
Liu stood up, ready to punch the lights out of the kid's eyes when one of his friends pulled a knife on him.
Tisk, tisk, tisk.
Escalation.
I had hoped you would be more cooperative, but it seems we must do this the hard way.
The kid walked up to Liu and took his wallet out of his pocket. Jeff got that feeling again. Now it was truly strong, a burning sensation. He stood
Twerkster
up,
Team Mode read
but
this in the
Liu
year of our
gestured
Lord
him to
2012
sit
and
down.
was frightened.
Jeff ignored him and walked
Couldn't
up
sleep.
to the kid.
Stayed up
Listen
all
here,
night
you little
staring at the
punk.
door.
Give back my bro's wallet or else.
Randy put the wallet in his pocket and pulled out his own knife.
Oh, and what will you do?
Just as he finished the sentence, Jeff popped the kid in the nose. As Randy reached for his face, Jeff grabbed the kid's wrist and broke it. Randy screamed and Jeff grabbed the knife from his hand. Troy and Keith rushed Jeff, but Jeff was too quick. He threw Randy to the ground.
Oh, he's
He
too
flashed out at him,
fast!
but Jeff ducked and stabbed him in the arm. Keith dropped the knife and fell to the ground, screaming. Troy rushed him too, but Jeff didn't even need the knife. He just punched Troy straight in the stomach and Troy went down. As he fell, he puked all over. Liu could do nothing but look in amazement at Jeff. Jeff, how did you... That was all he said. They saw the bus coming and knew that they would be blamed for the whole thing. So they started running as fast as they could. As
Understandable.
they ran, they looked back and saw the bus driver rushing over to Randy and the others. As Jeff and Liu made it to school, they didn't dare tell what happened. All they did was sit and listen. Liu just thought of that as his brother beating up a few kids, but Jeff knew it was more. It was something scary.
The author
As he
100%
that
got his
feeling,
ass
he
beat and
felt how
wrote this
powerful
story.
It was the urge to just hurt someone. He didn't like how it sounded, but he couldn't help feeling happy. He felt that strange feeling go away and stay for the entire day of school.
This is a GTA 3 street fight.
And he said in a somewhat ominous voice,
It was a wonderful day.
Next morning, he heard a knock at his front door. He walked down to find 2 police officers at the door, his mother looking back at him with an angry look. Jeff, these officers tell me that you attacked 3 kids. That it wasn't regular fighting, that they were stabbed. Stabbed, son. Jeff's gaze fell to the floor, showing his mother that it was true.
Mom, they were the ones who pulled the knives on me and Liu.
Son,
Said one of the cops.
we found 3 kids, 2 stabbed, 1 having a bruise on his stomach, and we have witnesses proving that you fled the scene. Now, what does that tell us?
Jeff knew it was no use. He could say him and Liu had been attacked, but then they'd have no proof that it was not them who attacked first. They couldn't say that they weren't fleeing because, truth be told, they were. So Jeff couldn't defend himself or Liu. Son, call down your brother. Jeff couldn't do it, since it was him who beat up all the kids.
Sir,
The Fox's cousin in 3 is the most intimidating pet in the game. No other NPC will fight him, even gangs and cops.
Hold me
Based.
back, but he couldn't stop me.
The cop looked at his partner, and they both nod.
Well, kid, looks like a year in juvie.
Wait.
I don't
said
think that's how
Liu.
that works.
They all looked up at him, seeing him holding the knife. The officers pulled their guns and locked them on Liu. It was me. I beat up those little punks. Have the marks to prove it. He lifted up his sleeves to reveal cuts and bruises, as if he was in a struggle.
Son, just put down the knife.
Said the officer. Liu held up the knife and dropped it to the ground. What the fuck else would you drop it? He put his hands up and walked over towards the cops.
No, Liu, it was me. I did it.
Jeff had tears running down his face. Poor bro, trying to take the blame for what I did. Well, take me away. So the police led Liu out to the patrol car.
Leo, tell them it was me. Tell them I was the one who beat up those kids.
Jeff's mother put his hands on his shoulders. Jeff, please, you don't have to lie. We know it's Liu. You can stop. Jeff watched helplessly as the
What a
cops
calm and
sped off with
rational
Liu
mother.
inside. A few minutes later, Jeff's dad pulled up into the driveway, seeing Jeff's face and knowing something was wrong.
Son, what is it?
Jeff couldn't answer. His vocal cords were strained from crying. Instead, Jeff's mother walked his father inside to break the bad news to him, as Jeff wept in the driveway. So
Yeah, just leave it, kid. That's fine.
His brother off, and they've gone, we'll just sentence him here.
Yeah, that works.
About a year? Scratching their heads. About a year in juvie? Yeah, sounds about right. Was it you? No, it was me. I can prove it. Look, a scratch. That's all we need. Son, you're coming with me. Do I need a lawyer? No, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. After an hour or so, Jeff walked back into the house, seeing his parents were both shocked, sad, and disappointed. It's quite a lot. He couldn't look at them. He just couldn't bear to see how they thought of Liu, when really it was his fault. He just went to sleep, trying to get the whole thing off his mind. 2 days went by, with no word from Liu at the JTC. No friends to hang out with. Nothing but sadness and guilt. Wow. This really is a solemn moment.
Frightening.
Ad time. Here I have $1.05, 6 cents, 7 cents. There you go.
Remember, kids, since they're getting rid of the
That
pennies, feel free to send them all to
life-saving
Thief.
medicine for your daughter costs $1.08. I don't have any more money. Sorry, sir. No medicine for you then. Oh God, I wish I had saved more money and hadn't spent full price at a wide range of stores such as Domino's, Gymshark, and
I had
Booking.com.
Domino's for the first
Now
time in
my
forever
daughter,
while I
who
was
is
in
going to be the
California. It
first
was
female
wonderful.
President is dead from whooping cough. Now I will have to pay even more for the funeral. Don't let this happen to you. Get honey. Honey is a convenient little tool that lets
What
you
specifically
save money
was the
when shopping
thing these
online.
guys got
It's
outed
free,
for, by the way? Was it
Sign
data
up. Sign
harvesting?
the fuck up. It's free and it doesn't give you ads. All you do is click this button and it automatically applies discounts for you on pretty much
Refresh
all
my
the
memory on
retailers.
this.
This is what
Believe
it's like.
so?
Look how easy this is. Just do it. Get the thing. It has like 10 million members. I need whooping cough medicine for my sick future president daughter. So join honey.com/internet historian.
Oh baby, me so honey.
That is, until Saturday, when Jeff is woke up by his mother with a happy, sunshiny face. Jeff, it's the day, she said as she opened up the curtains and let light flood into the room.
Wait, what's today?
Asked Jeff as he stirred awake. Why, it's Billy's party. He was now fully awake.
Mom, you're joking, right? You don't expect me to go to some kid's party after.
Jeff, we both know what happened. I think this party could be a good thing that brightens up the past days. Now get dressed. Jeff's mother walked out of the room and downstairs to get
Who goes to a birthday party first thing in the morning, bitch?
A pair of jeans and walked downstairs. He saw his mother and father all dressed up. His mother in dress and his father in a suit. He thought, why would they ever wear such fancy clothes to a kid's party? Son, is that all you're going to wear?
Better than wearing too much,
he said. His mother pushed down the feeling to yell at him and hid it with a smile. Jeff grunted and went back up to his room.
I don't have any fancy clothes,
he yelled down the stairs. Just pick out something, called his mother.
Isn't that what he just
looked around
did?
in his closet for what he would call
Yeah, Cactus Jack mentioned!
He found a pair of black dress pants that he had for special occasions and an undershirt. He couldn't find a shirt to go with it, though. He looked around and found only a striped pattern shirt, none of which go with the nice dress pants. Finally, he found a white hoodie and put it on.
You're wearing that?
They both said. His mother looked at her watch. Oh, no time to change. Let's just go, she said as she herded Jeff and his father out the door. They crossed the street over to Barbara and Billy's house. They knocked on the door, and at it appeared that Barbara, just like his parents, way overdressed. As they walked inside, all Jeff could see were adults. No kids. The kids are out in the yard. Jeff, how about you go and meet some of them, said Barbara. Jeff walked outside to a yard full of kids. They were running around in weird cowboy costumes and shooting each other with plastic guns. Suddenly, a kid came up to him and handed him a toy gun and hat. Hey, wanna play? He said.
No kid, I'm way too old for this stuff.
The kid looked at him with a weird puppy dog face. Please, said the kid.
Fine,
said Jeff. He put on a hat and started to pretend to shoot at the kids. It might not have been super cool, but it was the first time he had done.
Is this what you do at kids' birthday parties?
Until he heard a noise. A weird, rolling noise. Then it hit him. Randy, Troy, and Keith all jumped over the fence on their skaterboards. Jeff dropped the fake gun and ripped off the hat. Randy looked at Jeff with a burning hatred.
Hello, Jeff, is it?
He said.
We have some unfinished business.
Jeff saw his bruise.
This is the most hardcore 12-year-old of all time,
I
man.
beat the crap out of you, and you get my brother sent to JDC.
Randy got an angry look in his eyes.
Oh no, I don't go for even, I go for winning. You may have kicked our asses that one day, but not today.
As he said that, Randy rushed at Jeff. They both fell to the ground. Randy punched Jeff in the nose, and Jeff grabbed him by the ears and headbutted. Jeff pushed Randy off him, and both rose to their feet. Kids were screaming, and parents were running out of the house. Troy and Keith both pulled guns out of their pockets. Real ones.
No one interrupts, or guts will fly.
They said, collectively. Randy pulled
Where
a
does a
knife on
12-year-old
Jeff and
logically
stabbed
get a
him into the
pistol?
shoulder.
Much less two
Jeff
pistols.
screamed and fell to his knees. Randy started kicking him in the face. After 3 kicks, Jeff grabbed his foot and twisted it, causing Randy to fall to the floor. Jeff stood up and walked towards the
Cereal
back door.
box. Yeah, that's about
Troy
right.
grabbed him. Need some help? He picks up Jeff by the collar and throws him through the patio door.
I like the idea
As
that the
Jeff
adults
tries
are all
to
just
stand,
watching
he
this
kicks
and
down
not
to the
caring.
ground. Randy repeatedly starts kicking Jeff until he starts to cough up blood.
Come on, Jeff! Fight me!
He picks up Jeff and throws him into the kitchen. Randy sees a bottle of vodka on the counter and smashes the glass over Jeff's head.
Fight!
He throws Jeff back into the living room.
Come on, Jeff! Look at me!
Jeff glances up, his face riddled with blood.
I was the one who got your brother sent to JDC.
This must
And
be
now
where
you're just gonna sit
KND
here
recruits
and let
come
him
from.
rot in there for a whole year. You should be ashamed.
Jeff started to get up.
Oh, finally! You stand up and fight.
Jeff is now to his feet, blood and vodka on his face. Once again, he gets that strange feeling, the one in which he hasn't felt for a while.
Finally, he's up.
Says Randy as he runs at Jeff. That's when it happens. Something inside Jeff snaps. His psyche is destroyed, and all rational thinking is gone. All he can do is kill, kill, kill. He grabs Randy and pile drives him to the ground. He gets on top of him and punches him straight in the heart. The punch causes Randy's heart to stop, as Randy gasps for breath and dies. Everyone is looking at Jeff now. The parents, the crying kids.
Just catches the
even Troy
spear
and
into
Keith.
the pile driver.
Although they easily break from their gaze and point their guns at Jeff. Jeff sees the guns trained on him and runs for the stairs. As he runs, Troy and Keith let out fire on him, each shot missing. Jeff runs up the stairs. He hears Troy and Keith follow up behind as they let out their final rounds of bullets. Jeff ducks into the bathroom. He grabs the towel rack and rips it off the wall. Troy and Keith race in, knives ready. Troy swings his knife at Jeff, who backs away and bangs the towel rack into Troy's face. Troy goes down hard, and now all that's left is Keith. He's more agile than Troy, though, and ducks when Jeff swings the towel rack. He dropped the knife and grabbed Jeff by the neck. He pushed him into a wall. A thing of bleach fell down on top of him from the top shelf. It burned both of them, and they started to scream. Jeff wiped his eyes as best he could. He pulled back the towel rack and swung it straight into Keith's head. As they lay there, bleeding to death, he let out an ominous smile.
What's so funny?
Asked Jeff. Keith pulled out a lighter and switched it on. What's funny, he said, is that you're covered in bleach and alcohol. Jeff's eyes widened as Keith threw the lighter at him.
How do you keep those things lit when you're not holding
them? The
them?
flame made contact with him. The flames ignited the alcohol in the vodka. While the alcohol burned him, the bleach bleached his skin. Get it? Jeff let out a
It's like that
terrible
one
screech
thing.
as he caught
You
on
can't.
fire.
Figures.
He tried to roll out the fire, but it was no use.
You're in a bathroom!
The alcohol had made
Turn on
him
the
into a
shower!
walking inferno. He ran down the hall and fell down the stairs. Everybody started screaming as they saw Jeff, now a man on fire, drop to the ground, nearly dead. The last thing Jeff saw was his mother and the other parents trying to extinguish the flame. That's when he passed out.
Oh, now they feel like intervening.
When Jeff woke, he had a cast wrapped around his face. He couldn't see anything, but he
They're
felt the
doing this
cast
to me
on his
next
shoulder
week.
and stitches all over his body. He tried to stand up, but he realized that there was some tube in his arm, and when he tried to get up, it fell out, and a nurse rushed in. Okay, it's a sexy nurse.
I don't think you can get out of bed just yet.
She said as she put him back in bed and reinserted the tube. Jeff sat there with no vision, no idea of what his
You know, I've never
surroundings
actually
were.
been checked into a hospital.
Finally, after hours,
Frankly,
He
I
heard
don't
his
know
mother.
how.
Honey, are you okay?
I came close once.
Jeff couldn't answer, though. His face was covered.
I made it as
and he was
far as the
unable to
waiting
speak.
room.
Oh, honey, I have great news. After all the witnesses told the police that Randy confessed to trying to attack you, they decided to let Liu go. This made Jeff almost bolt up, stopping halfway, remembering the tube coming out of his arm. Bless that tube. He'll be out by tomorrow, and then the two of you will be able to be together again. Jeff's
Like, I hit
mother
up urgent
hugs
care a
Jeff.
couple of times. The first time I just needed meds.
Convoluted.
The second time they cut me open without any kind of anesthesia or anything and then slapped a band-aid on me and sent me home.
Jeff's mother
That was a long
hugs
walk.
Jeff and says her goodbyes to Jeff. The next couple of weeks were those where Jeff was visited by his family, which is to say, Jeff's family. They came to the day where his bandages were to be removed. His family were all there to see it, what he would look like. As the doctors unwrapped the bandages from Jeff's face, everyone was on the edge of their seats. They waited until the last bandage holding the cover over his face was almost removed.
Let's hope for the best,
said the doctor. He quickly pulls the cloth, letting the rest fall from Jeff's face. Jeff's mother screams at the sight of his face. Liu and Jeff's dad stare awestruck at his face.
What happened to my face?
Jeff said. He rushed out of bed.
Son, I'm
and
sorry
ran
to
the
tell you
bathroom.
this, but you've been
He looked
turned
in the
into
mirror
Jared
and saw
Leto.
the cause of the distress.
I'm so sorry.
His face. It's horrible. His lips were burnt to a deep shade of red. His face was turned into a pure white color, and his hair singed from brown to black. That's not a thing.
That's not how that works.
He slowly put his hand to his face. It had a sort of leathery feel to it now. He looked back at his family, then back at the mirror. Jeff, said Liu. It's not that bad.
Not that bad,
said Jeff.
It's perfect.
His family were equally surprised. Jeff started laughing uncontrollably. His parents noticed that his left eye and hand were twitching. Oh, Jeff, are you okay?
Okay, I've never felt more happy. Look at me.
Jared Leto lost studios $950 million with all the recent blockbuster bombs he was in.
Looking at it in
Good.
the mirror. What caused all this?
That's how it should be.
You may recall that when Jeff was fighting Randy, something in his mind, his sanity specifically, snapped. Now, he was left as a crazy killing machine. However, his parents didn't know that. Doctor, said Jeff's mum, is my son all right, in the head?
Oh yes, this behavior is typical for patients that have taken very large amounts of painkillers. If his behavior doesn't change in a few weeks...
Creepypastas were just high schoolers circle jerking with each other's horror slop, yeah? More or less.
Thank you, Doctor. Jeff's mother went over to Jeff. Jeff, sweetie, it's time to go. Jeff looks away from the mirror, his face still formed into a kind of crazy smile.
Okay, Mommy. Ha 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 ha.
His mother took him by the shoulder and took him to get his clothes.
This is what came in,
said the lady at the desk. Jeff's mom looked down to see the black dress pants and white hoodie her son wore. Now they were clean of blood and stitched together. They took the clothes. They got burned in the fucking fire and cleaned them of all the blood and vodka and bleach and cut out the burned bits and stitched. Fuck's sake. Jeff's mother led him into a room and made him put his clothes on. Then they left. Not knowing.
Yeah, don't bring your kid a fresh change of clothes or anything. God forbid.
Day of life. Dun, dun, dun. Later that night, Jeff's mother woke to a sound coming from the bathroom. It sounded as if someone was crying. She slowly walked over to see what it was. When she looked into the bathroom, she saw a horrendous sight. Jeff had taken a knife.
Look, it's the thing!
And carved
It's that one
a
thing!
smile into his cheeks. Jeff, what are you doing? Asked his mother. Jeff looked over to his mother.
I couldn't keep smiling, Mommy. It hurt after a while. Now I can smile forever.
Jeff's mother noticed his eyes, ringed in black. Jeff, your eyes! His eyes were seemingly never closing.
I couldn't see my face. I got tired and my eyes started to close. I burnt out the eyelids so I could forever see myself, my new face.
Jeff's mother
That's gonna
slowly
get real
started to
dusty,
back
kid.
away, seeing that her son was going bananas.
What's wrong, Mommy? Aren't I beautiful?
Yes, son, she said. Yes, you are. Let me go get Daddy so he can see your face. She ran into the room and shook Jeff's dad from his sleep. Honey, get the gun. She stopped as she saw Jeff in the doorway, holding a knife.
Mommy, you lied.
That's the last thing they hear as Jeff rushes them with the knife, gutting both of them.
You know,
His
Steve
brother
posts
Lee
very
woke
specific
up,
art of Jeff. Yeah, I'm
startled
aware.
by some noise.
I'm very aware.
He didn't hear anything else. So
Godless
he just
heathen.
shut his eyes and tried to go back to sleep. But as he was on the border of slumber, he got the strangest feeling that someone was watching him. He looked up. Before Jeff's hand covered his mouth, he slowly raised the knife, ready to plunge it into Liu. Liu thrashed here and there, trying to escape Jeff's grip.
Just go to sleep.
To be continued.
No, it's
No,
not.
no.
Yeah. Terrifying. Horrible. Awe-inspiring. Astonishing, even. What an icon of the horror genre. Next. From Zach Silsberg. Silsberg. Joe Biden gets skinnamarink.
My fellow Americans, I need your help. I'm trapped in a house. The one from Skinamarink. That's right, I'm in the Skinamarink house. No doors, no windows, no toilet either.
Isn't this like a feature-length film where all you do is stare at random shots of nothing?
Oh, fuck, that fucking phone. It better not. Ah!
There it is.
Fuck, I hated that. I gotta get out of here. This sucks. Oh, great, now I'm upside down.
I agree, Joe.
Just what I fucking need. Pretty soon the demon is gonna show up and I will really hate that. He's probably gonna do more Skinamarink bullshit. Yep, here he comes. Get out of my face, Jack. I'll kill you. Please, if you're hearing this, please get me out of the damn Skinamarink house. I'm so damn scared. Is anyone listening? My fellow Americans? Obama? Anyone? Please help me. I've been Skinamarinked.
Such is the fate of all of them. Next! From Ahoy! Minigun. At last.
It turns out there's a practical limit to the rate of fire in a single-barreled weapon. The good news is, you can always add more. The minigun.
Never comes up often enough.
Rotary cannon capable of a terrifying level
Can
of output.
always come up more.
So, what are the advantages of a multi-barreled design? How did miniguns become a staple of first-person shooters? And is it even possible to carry one?
I used to kill Glipfop in Mr. X2.
Multiple
Understandable.
firearms have long been a solution to increasing rate of fire. Early volley guns peppered the battlefield with multiple shots, but each barrel still needed to be reloaded individually. Named for its inventor, the Gatling gun used a rotating array of barrels to automate the firing-reloading sequence through mechanical means. Operated with a hand crank, it provided an unprecedented level of sustained fire. When
Yep,
effectively
such is
used
the
by
style
Union
at the
forces
time.
During the American Civil War. Such designs are generally misfire tolerant, as any cartridge that fails to fire will simply be extracted. One of the benefits of not relying on the cartridge to power the action. By the early 20th century, the now mature single-barreled machine guns were the predominant solution for sustained fire. But the principles behind Gatling's rotary cannon would prove the basis for a new generation of post-war designs. General Electric developed the M61 Vulcan rotary cannon in 1959 in an effort to provide more effective armament for jet-powered fighter aircraft. During the Vietnam War, a similar solution was sought for helicopter-mounted weapons, with conventional machine guns such as the M60 proving inadequate from the air. The 20mm Vulcan design was scaled down to fire a rifle cartridge instead, and this smaller design was dubbed the M134 minigun.
There it is.
Like its bigger brother, it has 6 barrels that rotate continuously during firing. This assists air cooling and allows the chambering, firing, extraction sequence to be performed simultaneously on different barrels. The net result? The M134 is capable of putting out between 2,000 to 6,000 rounds per minute without pause. That's up to 100 rounds per second, an incredible rate that will saturate a target area, even when firing.
A predominant reason Fallout 1 and 2 are as difficult as they are.
Designed to be vehicle mounted.
Hey, it's that pile of shit.
Strapped to helicopters or Humvees in games, as it would be in real life. Here lies frequent use in the turret sequences so often seen in modern FPS. The cliched shooting gallery, with waves of enemies succumbing to your unending fire. While often on rails, such sections are at least exhilarating. They come as a climax, or mark a pivotal plot point by means of frantic action. Often emerging towards the ultimate chapters of a story, facing overwhelming odds, continuous fire can be your only saviour. Just hold the trigger and hope for the best. It is a shame to leave such an awesome weapon attached to its emplacement, however.
There it is.
And so, while unrealistic, the platform is often manhandled. 1987 film Predator is largely to blame for this. The 6 barrels are getting significant screen time, furiously tearing through the jungle at some invisible threat.
They give it to you at the start of Fallout 4, running the game in power armor forever. So true.
In a slightly more believable fashion, wielded by a future cyborg. So, is such use even possible? For all the firepower it offers, the minigun is a very compact weapon. At just over 800mm long, it's shorter than most rifles. Despite this, it's not particularly portable. It weighs in at 40 kilos, not including ammunition. The high rate of fire and full-powered rifle cartridge would make for some mean recoil too. And on top of all this,
I'd
the
win.
weapon demands an external power supply. So man-portable use in any practical sense is impossible. Virtual depictions in games are not bound by reality, of course, and it should come as no surprise that
You're wasting ammo on lower-tier enemies with this thing.
The earliest FPS games. The chain gun of
There it is.
Wolfenstein and Doom set a prototype for those that followed, and ensured that any future clone worth its salt would have a multi-barreled option. Technically, the in-game appellation is incorrect. Chain guns are a similar class of externally powered weapon, but they have only a single barrel, unlike the minigun's multiple. Still, these Gatling-style...
You know, I feel like the quality of Doom 3 would increase dramatically if they actually gave you any fucking ammo for the minigun at any point.
Exhibits superhuman or heroic status. An extraordinary feat beyond any ordinary man. A signature for Serious Sam. Nothing puts more lead down range than a minigun. With an endless belt, high rate of fire, and no need for precision. You can mow them all down.
Not a fan of Doom 3. I like it fine.
Reload.
It's alright.
Similarly, the heavy weapons guy from Team Fortress 2 is clearly built for the job. Shooting many bullets is his raison d'etre. Some need external augmentation in order to improve
Doom 3 fucked up the shotgun. They were clearly mentally unwell. It's like the only thing that BFG Division is better at.
Not a standard weapon by any measure. It is sometimes reserved as a reward, delivered as a killstreak outside of a conventional weapon power band. Here, it can be as overpowered as it needs to be, although the weapon is often lumbered with at least some disadvantage. a heavy weapon will leave you less nimble. Movement speed is often slowed with the minigun
Big man.
equipped, rendering you more vulnerable to retaliation. Quite often, you'll need to spool up the barrels before you'll be able to fire, a pause that reduces reactivity and can potentially warn the enemy of your presence. The soft whir of the electric motor, a prelude to a cacophony of carnage.
It's beautiful.
Chaos in a compact package, the very definition of a bullet hose. From classic FPS to modern military shooters, nothing delivers more. The antithesis of precision, a hammer to crack a nut. Completely unrealistic to wield solo, but it gets a pass by virtue of being absolutely awesome. The minigun.
It can always come up more often.
Fire. Payback time.
You see that Call of Duty boss, by the way?
Thank you
No.
very much for watching.
And I'm going to choose
until
not
next time,
to.
Farewell.
Very well informed. Big fan of the minigun. Huh. From Orpheus FTW, The Misadventures of Skooks, Part 3 of 6. Oh boy, I missed drugs. Jesus Christ. I look forward to getting acclaim for this while I'm waiting out a strike. Oh no, it's happening. Oh no. The evil. Fred, what the fuck are you dreaming about?
Wow, it's a 2 million-year-old ice cube.
I wonder where this fat fuck floated in from.
I know. I read about it in the 2 million-year-old paper.
Bitch, give me a hand job, Scoops. You bet.
It keeps happening.
Am I glad he's frozen in there and that we're out here and that he's the sheriff and that we're frozen out here and that we're in there and I just remembered we're out here. What I want to know is where's the caveman?
Well, he won't
Drogas.
stay frozen for long. We've got to get him to the malt shop.
Let's go.
Boy, was that good.
You bet.
Isn't there anything more to eat?
Only me, Shaggy.
I'll take it.
You bet.
Galtar will continue after these messages.
Go to the church and ask God to forgive you.
What an odd thing to say. Yeah, that's about right for Canada.
Now here's my
to Galtar.
Here's my plan.
Great
All you
caveman.
Scoops have to do
High
is to
quality
find
strength
Daphne
build.
and get turned on. And then Daphne will shag the fish.
Lucky for you, I'm a fish lover.
Come inside and let's fuck around.
Master Roshi.
Scoops.
It's happening again.
Oh no, he's losing control. And that's not all. Look.
Don't let it bite you. That spider bites you. Spider bite. Hurt. Hurt, spider bite. A spider bite hurt. Ouch. Ouch. Spider bit me. Ouch, that spider bit me. Ouch. That spider bit me. Quit it, spider.
It's happening.
biting me. Quit biting me, spider. Gah.
Let's all meet back at the malt shop.
With the pickle on top. With the pickle on top.
You're going to hell for this one.
Time we head for home.
We have come for the golden ass.
It belongs to me and you can't have it. You bet. Quick, Scoops. Make like a 2 million-year-old watchdog.
thanks.
Those two creeps have got something to eat.
They must have taken Daphne. The quickest way
Beef
to
has
find
ice
Daphne
cream
is
with
down here.
gravy. Yeah, that's about right. I believe that.
Look, it's Daphne.
Skulks, untie me.
Now we're all locked in.
And there's no way out.
There's only one way out.
No.
Let's head for the malt shop. It's no use. It won't budge.
I guess our only chance is if Shaq...
It's no use.
What a swing right in. Swing.
Well, what do you know? We're free.
Doltar.
Man, Hanna-Barbera made a bunch of dog shit, didn't they?
You bet.
Hey, man.
Now, why didn't I nibble?
Lucky free.
Hot dogs? Where'd you say? Hot dogs?
Hallucinogenics are bad, kids. Don't do them. Next! From Jack is a Nerd, a dramatic reading of that comment Watch Mojo left on a small channel criticizing them. Oh boy.
The day no one talks you is the day you are irrelevant. So thank you. Okay, never heard of your channel.
Didn't we see this?
I admit I didn't see the video, but a few points. In 2006, when we started, we were obviously... It's so pretentious. We were obviously a bit ahead of the curve. In 2012, when every channel was some vlogger sitting on the couch, we mastered our signature style, and many cried as it looked more like VH1, MTV, ESPN, and not what the vocal minority viewed as, quote, YouTube content. The challenge in media is
You're voicing this like Trey Parker would voice a background character.
Etc. Companies like BuzzFeed, Vice, Vox, and channels that inspired themselves by us, by their own admission, all came and went. We managed to both keep our OG fans happy and innovate. If by downfall... Nope. Being a survivor? They're calling themselves a If by downfall you mean being a survivor, having 100+ full-time employees who earn their living with us, then I will take it. Also, this may be inside baseball, but you are aware that advertising-based video on demand is YouTube 1.0, and the platform has evolved, right? I could...
What's an animal you like seeing? Chunky? Sea lion.
I could
seal.
break it down for you.
Otter.
But why
anything in that
bother?
entire spectrum.
Hint. Viewers are spending nearly an hour per watch session watching our content. We are, in the ways that matter, more pertinent than ever. As per Sound Mojo, again, think of 2012 when the vocal minority whined, and then we got the last laugh. Haters, envious, jealous people are fuel to our fire.
What is Sound Mojo? It's a channel about sounding. Well, wasn't that pretentious, kids? Next! From Spoonie, Ultima Underworld, The Stygian Abyss. Oh good, a spinoff! To be the type of channel to respond to everything? It turns out they're very, very easy to bruise the ego of. Spoonie selfishly doing nothing with his life on the internet anymore. Continues to happen.
Ultima Underworld is regarded by many as one of those landmark games, an important cornerstone in the history of gaming that pioneered many of the concepts that we take for granted today. Almost every action RPG played today, like The Elder Scrolls and Deus Ex and System Shock, owe a great deal to concepts and designs that began with Ultima Underworld. Things like 3D perspectives, texture mapping, music that changes depending on situational context, and dynamic lighting systems really got their starts here. Oh, there were RPGs that had first-person elements like the Bard's Tale or Wizardry series.
His hiatus has went on longer than his entire full-time career. It's sad, isn't it?
Possessed actual physics. This is dungeon crawling at its purest. It's just you and 8 levels of this.
Where would you be if Channel Awesome never happened? Probably happier.
No, really, this is the map for the first floor alone.
Jesus! I'm sorry, I'm reaching for the fridge.
You don't even realize
There we go.
the sheer enormity of this game. The map feature is my
You know, the Slop streams never convinced me that Spoonie was some icon of wasted talent.
mind-bogglingly useful ability to let you add your own notes. And if you're smart, you'll be doing this constantly to point out caches of food and weapons, safe places.
He was always too pretentious for his own good was the biggest problem.
Locations and characters for later. But the real genius part is that this never feels like bad design or busy work. There's just no hand-holding here. This is a simulation of what it'd be like to be sealed in a dungeon like this, and if you're smart, you'd better be taking notes. And if you get lost, well, you've got no one to blame but yourself. This game is about methodical exploration and survival. You're thrown into this pit with nothing, and you have to scrounge everything from food to weapons. Basically, it's a rite of passage, sort of like the Klingon River of Blood. Most old-school gamers don't even consider you a real man until you've beaten this game yourself. You'll probably notice I'm talking more about the gameplay mechanics than the plot itself, and that's because the plot is, how do I say this nicely? Stupid! It takes place just after the events of Ultima 6 when you're called back to Britannia by the ghost of a horrible voice actor.
Treachery and doom. My brother would unleash a great evil.
Onto TV and movies, which ironically has happened multiple times, just not to him.
Britannia's in mortal danger, so you
Turns out the secret was, not believing you are above criticism.
A visitor, and from far away indeed. Were he not dead, I'd suspect my brother sent thee.
Oh yeah, and this whole scene is narrated by a horrible voice actor.
You know, legitimately, he might have been able to bounce back if that bit from Oni plays, where they're making fun of him, Nostalgia Critic, and Linkara.
It's just then the Baron's guards burst
And I think it was Corey that goes, "Ah, you're bumming me out, man."
arrested by a horrible voice
If he like responded to that and went, "That's fucking hilarious." Might have actually turned things around for him.
And just like that,
Legitimately
you're
a
dragged away and
chance.
sentenced to stand immediate trial by the girl's father, Baron Horrible Von Voice Actor.
What news, Corwin?
Oh god.
The fair creature escaped. A score of escaped chase, but he fled into the Stygian abyss with poor Ariel.
Bullshit much? The Stygian Abyss is in the middle of the Isle of the Avatar, which is right here. The Abyss is impossible to reach on foot, so unless you got into a high-speed jet ski chase with the kidnappers, I don't fucking think so. You tell the dude you're the Avatar, but naturally he doesn't recognize you.
You explain that you are the Avatar, and that you are innocent.
Whether thou speak truth or falsehood, I cannot say.
What, seriously?
This rant is great, though.
You don't know who I am. The motherfucker saved the world no less than 6 times already.
Stories tell of the coming of the Avatar, but years have passed since he visited here.
I am literally the Christ figure of your fucking religion. There are museums dedicated to my great feat stretching back through hundreds of years of your recorded history. I should be the most recognizable bastard on the face of this planet, and this cock hydrant doesn't know who I am? None of you guys know who I am. Read a book, people! I know humility is one of the 8 virtues, but I'm the goddamn Avatar! Hello? Actually, now that I think about it, it probably doesn't help that I was summoned to Britannia through one of my dreams, which means I appeared in the princess's chamber wearing my pajamas and sporting a foot-long morning boner. Hey guys, I need help! Some weirdo just broke in the princess's room.
This is just Spoonie talking about himself. Yeah, a little bit.
What?
My mind is set. Corwin shall take thee to the abyss. Return here with my daughter, and thy innocence shall be proven. If thou dost not return, Avatar, then thy lies shall have brought thee low.
asshole. When I was in there last time, I had 7 other people with me, and we were all decked out to the balls in magic gear. This motherfucker chucks my ass in there with a leather thong and locks the door behind me. Whether I'm the Avatar or not, wouldn't he want to at least help my chances in finding his daughter? Wouldn't he want to give me the best equipment he has? You'd think this guy would be like, whether you're the Avatar or not, you're my only hope. Here, take the key to the armory, take anything you need, just please save my daughter. But no, instead this guy's like, oh, you're the Avatar, huh? Well, fuck you. Guards, take him away and take his shoes too. Good luck in there, shithead. Now, I'm being a little unfair here, and that's not to say the plot is on par with Super Mario Brothers. There's actually a lot of complexity that involves the internal politics of all the factions and races you find in the Abyss. There's dwarves, goblins, mages, an order of knights who all have their own importance. It's just the setup is weak. It's the side plots that really are quite good, but the main quest just doesn't make that much sense to me. You'll have to bear with me here because this is a little hard to explain. The ghost is a dude named Garamon. He's a wizard. He and his brother Tibble decided that since every major city in Britannia is devoted to one of the 8 virtues, that they'd create a utopia devoted to all of them. So, you know, hippies. And so logically they chose to create this utopia in the Stygian Abyss. So, you know, idiots.
Yeah, a little bit.
I kind of get where they're coming from. They want to build their utopia on the holiest place imaginable, the resting place of the Codex, but it's the Abyss. There's fucking beholders down here. It's universally accepted to be one of the suckiest, most unholy places on the planet. Or you know what? Fuck it. Let's simplify this. Let's just start by not building our utopia in an active volcano. I don't think any place with expansive flows of molten magma exactly matches anyone's idea of paradise. Never mind that the Isle of the Avatar doesn't look like this in any of the other games. Anyway, the wizards started tampering in God's domain and experimenting with interdimensional magic and end up accidentally summoning one of the most powerful demons imaginable, the Slasher of
Extreme Fear and Hunger, this is making me think of that hair.
To a rock off, they find he's way too powerful to just send him back, so they manage to bind him temporarily in the most sanctified chamber of the Abyss, the Chamber of the Codex. But I don't get this. How did they get in there? You need the 3-part key of infinity to open the door, or at least I think you do. I had to bust my ass to get in there when I played it. And this is where my memory gets a little fuzzy on the plot. I think what happens is the Slasher of Veils corrupts Tibble and causes him to murder Garamon because he's a demon. He then starts looking for a way to free the Slasher by sacrificing a virgin because Garamon in your dream warns you that he's about to unleash a great evil on the world. But when you kill Tibble, he says he was just trying to bind the demon into the body of the girl to save Britannia, which I don't... How does that... Is he saving Britannia or not? Because if he is, why does Garamon send you to stop him? And if I didn't even get involved, chances are Tibble would have succeeded and saved the world, and only one person would have died, right? Okay, so at the end, you throw some really powerful magic shit in the lava around the Slasher, which unleashes a vortex and banishes the Slasher into... I don't even know where this is.
I think this is the end of Tech War.
Did I just get sucked into Salvador Dali's head? What the fuck is that? Oh, God.
The audio change is a sure sign of self-censoring with YouTube's Content ID system being a fucking train wreck.
Or did I get back on the magic mushrooms? Is this action?
Demonic rituals requiring virgins would be a lot easier to pull off in the modern day. Funny.
What the fuck is that thing? This game looks awesome!
Oh, Jesus. It keeps happening. I miss it. I miss it a lot. Simpler times. Better times. Happens. What an odd life we live. Huh. Defunct, by the way. I miss it. Next! From Zorbs, Red Letter Media reviews Space Cop, kind of.
Half in the bag.
Jesus Christ, you're some kind of moron!
Whose house is this, anyway? Same conversation as AVG and a nostalgia critic back in the day? Yeah?
From a more enlightened age. The space age. From the future. The future of space. Outer space.
Hello and welcome to the first ever Best of the Worst Spotlight video, where we talk about one singular movie on Best of the Worst.
So if you really want us to go super in-depth on a shitty B movie that you're never going to see, this is the place to tune in.
Yeah!
Well, the first film that we selected is a classic. You've probably never heard of it, but it's a classic to us. Space Cops.
Jesus Christ, you're some kind of moron.
I have an incoming ship. He's being pursued by the space cops.
Space Cops.
This is what happens when you give these men a budget, by the way.
Yeah. Processed horse penis and Chinese people. At least they are in the future. Know what I miss most about the future?
What's that?
Hot dogs.
Space Cop.
For anyone that doesn't know, the idea is that this movie was shot over the course of, was it 12 years?
I think 12 years.
12 years.
But the fact that this is just released now,
yeah,
it's weird that the early scenes.
Watch Hard Target. Everyone should watch Hard Target. Everyone.
I mean,
perhaps.
But other than that, the movie sucked.
Time's up. What? What?
You just killed thousands of people!
You're welcome.
Thank God it's not me.
No, this is Rich Evans.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Did you do that to me?
None of it really matters.
Nothing matters.
None of it really matters.
It don't matter. None of this matters. Actually good bit, by the way.
How am I supposed to explain something that has no noticeable structure?
Start from the beginning.
Okay,
and go where you
let's,
go.
No, let's explain it, and before we talk into how like nonsensical and weird it is, like as it went along, we kind of understood it a little bit better.
Yeah.
So explain like the basic story before we get into the weirdness.
Are you trying to tell me that you're a cop? You look more like the mailman or an ice cream truck driver who ate himself out of business.
You're damn right I'm a cop. I'm a goddamn space cop. I'm from the future. The future of space. And you just ruined my night.
It almost feels like the movie was made just as a practical joke on that lead actor.
Yeah, a little
just
bit,
to
huh?
embarrass him.
Funny that.
That's possible.
So if these aliens activate their doomsday weapon, it'll suck the Earth into a black hole. We've got to stop them. Space Cop, are you even listening to me?
Yeah, but my check engine light's on.
What? Oh my God!
I'm done.
So we're watching this movie, and he's the most compelling thing about the movie. It's an odd movie overall, but like he was consistently compelling.
10 celebrities that have secret deformities. Oh yeah, click on that shit.
Oh my God! Oh my God! I've downloaded a super virus. I can't. Computer, I can't see where I'm going. Oh my God! The garbage cans! Oh!
But this seems like the kind of thing where it's like he was in this and that was it.
Right.
It seems like that kind of performance where he's like some local guy that they put in the movie.
He does not feel like a career actor,
Yes.
and yet that is what
I can't
he is.
imagine why.
Fucking Blade Runner.
Yeah.
Smile, son of a bitch.
I would say no hints that the movie's supposed to be a comedy, but I don't think there's any hints that the movie's supposed to be a comedy the whole way through.
No, because it's not a comedy.
It's not a comedy.
I can't believe he took all of it. Especially considering how heavy it was.
Not to mention big. That one was almost 12 inches long, but he put it all the way in.
We start basically in the middle of, like at the beginning of Act 2.
You can't.
And then we have to circle all the way back around.
You can't analyze this like acts.
Yes, I can.
You explain it by detail. I'll come back. I'll be back in an hour. And then when you're still talking about the third segment in the movie, I'll be coming back.
The third segment, which is the 42nd act, which leads into the 22nd act, which leads into the third act.
Fuck fucking, you're in charge, man. I don't need this in my goddamn life.
Chief of Space Police out.
Hey, it's that guy that killed his wife. Allegedly.
I think I cracked. My brain cracked. I just couldn't stop laughing, and I wasn't laughing at anything in particular.
What?
Oh,
what?
God.
What?
This was filmed in the house they bought too.
They forgot the wireless this day.
You were laughing that it was that inept.
No, I was just laughing like a person in a straitjacket would laugh. Like there was no context. I was just like, my brain stopped working.
Mike looks at his friends one last time before succumbing to madness.
Do I sign out?
This is the worst thing I've ever seen. I can't believe it.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Jay, would you recommend this?
No, not at all. I thought this movie was miserable. The first half, I was like, the scenes are so like disconnected from each other that I was thinking like, I just wanted to yell, "Get on with it!" And then the second half of the movie, I just wanted to keep yelling, "Ends." Would you recommend this film?
No.
Okay.
Horribly miscast. Too varying of tones. It's not funny enough, and it's ultra violent and ultimately pointless, and the plot is not interesting or revealing.
Oh my, I'm alive. Did they find a cure for my pancreatic cancer?
No, not till 2025.
What? Ow! My pancreatic cancer!
It's juvenile, it's tasteless, it's dumb, it's forced, it's disgusting, and most of all, it's pathetic and desperate.
And that's, you say feel bad. I would say you should not feel bad for not liking this movie, for not wanting to see this movie. You have nothing to feel bad about. It's a shitty comedy.
Let's roll.
Mike looks like the third cousin of the Zodiac Killer. Highly specific insult. And I'll make him like this anymore. Next! From Burial Goods, medieval Japanese man visits In-N-Out.
I went to In-N-Out and ordered a cheeseburger. The cashier, a calm young woman named Destiny, asked me a question I did not expect.
You want that animal style?
I paused. I did not know what this meant, but a samurai does not admit when he does not know. So I answered with weight. Animal style.
Cool, so that's mustard grilled, extra spread, grilled onions, pickles, yeah?
I understood now. This was a sacred permission. For one meal, I was being told to put down my manners at the door, to eat the way a beast eats without shame. I had waited my whole life for someone to give me this order. Yes, I said, I will become the animal. Destiny did not blink.
Okay. You want your fries animal style too?
I stopped. Even the potatoes? The potatoes will also become animals?
I mean, they get cheese and sauce and grilled onions, so...
Then yes, let the potatoes abandon their restraint as well.
Got it.
She was the calmest woman I have ever met.
3x3, 4x4, or just the one?
I did not know these numbers, but I knew a challenge when I heard one. How many must I face?
It's like, how many patties you want?
How many is the most honorable?
4 is a lot.
Then 4. A warrior does not ask for fewer. She wrote it down without argument. A 4x4, animal style, with animal fries. She warned me once, kindly.
It That's gonna be huge.
I told her I was counting on it. It arrived. It was a tower.
Large.
Cheese and sauce ran down my hands the moment I lifted it. There was no clean way to eat it. There was no dignified way. That was the entire point. I ate it like a beast. Both hands. No
Could you
water,
handle that much?
grilled onion on my chin.
Probably,
and I have to be
but I
honest
really
with you,
shouldn't.
It's the best thing I have ever put in my mouth. For 30 years, I have kept my manners at every table in the world. They handed me a burger and told me to be an animal, and I have never felt so free. So tell me, America. The whole country knows the secret menu. What else are you hiding in plain sight? In animal style. Was I eating the animal, or finally becoming one?
A beautiful thing. I should go to In-N-Out at some point. They have them in Washington now. Next! From, this was still when they were on the channel, 1 Minute Melee, Ryu versus Jin. Street Fighter versus Tekken. Hey kids, remember Screw Attack?
Two fighters, no research, 60 seconds, 1 minute melee. Select your character.
Okay, so like this is the worst Jin design in Tekken, right? I mean, really look at it.
Enter the heat of battle.
I miss these guys every day, man. This is the best sprite animations ever. It's happening! God, it's such good shit, Christ.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a tie.
At some point, this show should come back instead of not coming back at all. Very high quality. Next! Internet historian, the bike lock fugitive of Berkeley.
April 15th, lest we forget.
Inconsistent Yoshimitsu designs. I feel like that's a good chunk of the appeal of Yoshimitsu.
Red Pill Alliance
across both Tekken and Soul Calibur.
Outside of the battlefield, GMs and mods stood around doing nothing.
Hey, how come you guys are hanging back? That would be a good question for the chief of police.
So here's the scene. Elven Warlock, Gypsy Spec. She attempts snatch, miss. Female Pandaren monk steps in. She uses light slapping. It's very ineffective. This neutral NPC, Sean, is keeping everyone calm. There'll be no fight today. But then, a rogue comes forward. He pops out of stealth, boom, cheap shot, 900 critical damage and stunned for 2 seconds. That's a nice mix.
Yeah, there it is.
Check that out. Oh yeah, level 90 bike lock, plus 40 strength with a 50% proc bleed enchant. The rogue uses Vanish and slinks back into the crowd. Sean is seriously hurt. He finds a priest in time, but he needs a trip to the hospital and several stitches. Jokes aside, this is assault with a deadly weapon.
Very much so.
Locked up.
Ah, I see what you did.
The masked man presumably after finding that his bike was stolen, walked home that night. He slipped into his comfy bed, and after a hard day smashing the fash, he slipped into a deep sleep. But when he woke up in the morning, something was off. His phone was going absolutely bananas. During the night, Paul was working busily. They saw what had happened and they were outraged by it.
As he should be.
They unholstered their autism and aimed it squarely at the masked man. The hunt was on. They broke down every bit of footage they could.
Living in the sunlight, loving in the moonlight,
Same guy.
having a wonderful time.
There he is. Once again. There he goes again, doing the same thing.
They compiled it all. They found this man who matched every detail. Let's break down the clues. Shoes, match. Eyes.
Let's enhance it.
Blue, match. Glasses, match. Height, approximately 15 Starbucks ventis. That's a match. They started superimposing his face to confirm. Match. They used facial recognition software.
What was the protest about anyway? I don't know, it's Antifa. They never do anything smart.
Where his mask slipped off. Bingo. Next, they would start compiling information. His social media, address, phone number, employment. Turns out he's a teacher's assistant.
Oh, would you look at that?
Specializing.
Discovers identity of masked man in a couple hours. Reddit spends days looking for a terrorist. Gets someone who died before the attack.
All of this information.
You mean to tell me that 4chan was far better for the world?
The employers made a statement. Then they scrubbed his name from their staff profiles. By now, he was getting spooked. He went silent on social media and into hiding. Major publications follow up and start printing his name. Wanted posters went up. And citizens were reporting sightings. But to date, he is still on the run. So for now, he's just another name to add.
I'm going to assume this ended very poorly for this man.
Database. Hey, yeah, it's me. Okay, so I just got off the phone with
It keeps
Antifa.
happening.
They said we can join, but we need to bring our own bike locks. Are you in? Yeah, that sounds good. We'll bring everyone. Rebel Fire, Satan, and Fat Brenus. Yeah, sounds good. See you soon.
I miss when he made videos more than once a year. From Latent Diffusion, Craft, 1979, The First Night, Episode 1. I fucking love my AI slop content. No hint of irony at all. None whatsoever. Send Internet Historian a claim for taking my entrance theme. All in due time. You know, I get you were marketing the movie primarily to children, considering it's like the best-selling game of all time. You really could have made something kind of grand out of the concept of making this into an actual movie. They announced sittable cushions. And so the final nail in turning Minecraft into a comfy game rather than a survival game was nailed in. Driven through. It is now specifically made to appeal to childless women. But Ori, chicken jockey. I think we need to get rid of Jack Black. I think it's time. Like, you could have easily done a thing where just random man wakes up in strange world and happens to have a journal telling him how things work and have very minimal dialogue throughout. And it's just one man trying to figure out what the fuck is going on and trying not to die. This would have been better than whatever the hell that movie was about. Yes. Watched Backrooms on Twitter, was pretty decent. So I hear. Hig. Did any Minecraft music pop up in that fucking movie at all, by the way? Any of it? Regarded as one of the best soundtracks a game has ever had. Did it come up even once? They tried doing a meme-along release that bombed. Good. Why would it? Had to make room for more Jack Black singing nonsense! Had to talk about the lava chicken! Can't have any thought-provoking silence! As the one man on Earth! Can't do it! Making late night pizza. I ate 4 chili dogs earlier. And a muffin. So I think I'm good. At least for another, like, I don't know, 5 hours minimum. Sleep now. Have you played that Conan survival game? I have not. He's beating his hog. Out here beating my hog. And then the horrors came. When does he fuck an Ender Girl? All in due time. "28 frames later." I've heard worse. Steve Wynn was originally a badly done Tommy Vercetti skin. Yeah, I'd believe that. That tracks. Oh, that's why he's not white. He's Italian. Yeah, I get it now. Looks more like an amateur film than AI. Chimkin. You know what to say about Sicilians? They sink the fastest? That is ballsy, man. Kill the crew, but said they're not white, they're Italians. I believe I recall this, yeah. So they lived and the doc came out. You mean to tell me it's happening even though they say it's not happening? I actually very much enjoyed that. I actually liked that a lot. That was fantastic, actually. Huh. Chat, I need to piss. I'll be right back. Bah. I'm back, I'm here. Ha! Wah! Whoa, hey! And such. Ha! Splendid. Alright, back on the saddle. What? From Loopersome. Wahoo.mp4. This is only 20 seconds. Klonoa. He's dead. My primary exposure to Klonoa is that it's an accessory in Soul Calibur sometimes. Humorous. Next! From Slick Mechagodzilla vs. Gigan. Slick Arena animation. How do we feel about MonsterVerse Mechagodzilla as a design? Because I look at it and it just reminds me of Bayformers, dude. I'll be real honest. Middling? So true. You know, for like stick node type of shit, this is not terrible. I like the laugh he does. Pretty up there. And think, yeah, I could animate that, not a derogatory way. It's simple enough. When the power vocals kick in, the eternal mid-carder of the Godzilla franchise will never be able to get a win. It's terrible, I know. Ha. Everyone's got that one mid-carder they always bet on no matter what. From CCTV Clip 67, Gunnery Sergeant Hartman visits Raccoon City. Full Metal Jacket versus Resident Evil.
Hello, you fuckers! I'm back! This is Gunnery Sergeant Hartman, and today I'm invading this biological cluster.
And scrambled the audio, perhaps.
Whoever's running this town needs a damn drill instructor and a mop. Let's find whoever's in charge and teach them about goddamn accountability. Jesus Christ on a jet ski!
Has the mayor of Raccoon City ever been a character in literally anything?
This station needs to be put in charge of nothing, ever. Even the pumps look like they're begging for retirement. The only thing more fucking dead than this store is the customer service. These shelves look like they survived a bombing run and lost the fight. Clean this shit up, or I'll start handing out punishments to the dead. Where the fuck is everyone? If you're dead, you better still be standing at attention. This place makes field hospitals look like five-star hotels. Where's the staff? Where's the sanitation? Hell, even the germs look discouraged. If anyone's alive, they owe me a fucking mop. This tunnel's so dark I can feel.
Only in the live-action movie?
If anything's lurking down here, you better come out and face the hardest man to ever hate public transportation. I'm not afraid of anything. So this is the clusterfuck responsible for all this? This company...
If he goes any deeper, he's gonna run into Duke Nukem on his way out.
Starting a biohazard. I've seen more honor in a wreck.
In every interview they bring him up, they end up nerfing MonsterVerse Mechagodzilla. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Left, right, left. Sound off. I don't want to be no zombie chow. Left, right, left. artillery sergeant's gonna teach you how. Left, right, left, right, left. When the dead get up and try to bite, you keep your spacing and you keep it tight. Listen up, you scared shit civilians. You want to live through this zombie circus? You follow orders, you move fast, and you don't scream like these dead idiots. Understood?
We're not soldiers, sir.
You are now. Congratulations, hoorah! Come on, you walking science experiment. You want a piece of the core? I'll give you a free lead supplement. If you're gonna rise from the dead, you better do it in formation. Move it, move it. I ain't got all night.
Has anyone ever modded Arlie Army into anything?
And not a damn thing left out of line. If this city had half my discipline, it wouldn't be falling apart like a soggy MRE. Finally, something around here responds to lead. Well, look what we have here, Private Lost and Confused. You're late for inspection, and you look like you slept in a dumpster. Square yourself up, or I'll have you on latrine detail from now until the second coming. Move your sorry carcass out of my alley before I recycle you, do you hear me? Now, when the sun comes up and the dead still prowl.
Gotta keep on moving, can't slow down.
Teeth like razors, eyes like coals.
Stay sharp, stay loud, and protect your soul.
If you hear one moan, better double time.
We outrun death on a broken...
Good Lord, you look like a science project that failed the midterm. Stand up straight before I file a complaint with evolution. I've seen leftover lasagna with more personality. Mission complete! I've inspected every goddamn corner of this corpse of a city and found nothing but failure. Raccoon City, you're a disgrace to urban development. Sound off in the comments and tell me where I'm going next.
Her name's Jill. You're not with Umbrella, are you?
The hell I am! I don't work for anyone who can't pass a basic moral inspection. You look like you've been through hell, Jill. What's your operation here?
Survival.
And that, my lovely walking nightmare.
Why didn't they send in the regular military when Raccoon City was popping off anyway? Why'd they make the new Resident Evil movie take place during winter? Because no one ever involved in any kind of production based around the franchise has any fucking idea what they're doing. Not one. Ugh. They did. Remember the railgun was the military. Don't fucking remind me of the railgun. Don't ever fucking remind me of the railgun. They were dealing with zombies and Mr. X's. No, the guys that you find at the end in that one room of RE3, along with the dead tyrants, those were also Umbrella Security. Those were like the other squad of Carlos's dudes. That was not the American military. Bleh. I accidentally opened my file explorer. And now it's taking forever to load and close. There we go. Next! From Vrisk, Mr. Bean, Johnny English, and Hitman Blood Money. Death of a Showman.
Hello, 47. We need you to penetrate an abandoned amusement park, locate the owner, and take him out.
What the fuck you looking at, Kraken?
Hey, I understand why it never comes up in any kind of gameplay for Hitman as a franchise. Because it would kind of fuck up the entire rhythm that they're going for. Why do you never have the option to just beat the holy shit out of anyone? We just defeated Switzerland. Good job, Mento. I'm proud of you. From Boat Bomber. Greatest game dev of all time can't be stopped. That's my boy, Matt Dickey!
Mr. M. Dickel, you've done it again. The greatest game creator of all time.
That's my
reuses
guy!
his assets to reinvent yet another genre, with his game Infinite Lives taking over as the best comic book beat-em-up ever. What about those old Ninja Turtle games? Side-scrolling.
How long is this
Slop,
one?
I tell ya.
15 minutes.
The X-Men is for
16
steers,
minutes.
and never mind. M. Dickus would probably argue this masterpiece is in its own category. It features leveling up and dialogue options, meaning it's technically an RPG. Speaking of that shit, it's overpowered. The RPG lets you spam rocket someone into obscurity. Yep, same strategy as every M. Dick game. Grab weapon and smash. Although now we're in phase 6 of the M. Dicky universe, where everyone still has the heart of a wrestler, only some of them have superpowers.
As it should be.
Too. The lore reasoning for constant fighting is that the civilians, superheroes, and villains are all in a war triangle. This entire map is a contested gang territory. That map being Hard Times 3 with additions, which originally was Wrestling Empire's world with additions. So it's all walled in with that signature M. Dickinson wallpaper.
Look at
Inviting
it.
the player to the house of Dicky, where he's hosting a raging party. At this event, you
The
know
house of
nobody.
Dick, if
It
you
seems
will.
like everybody wants to fight you. Your reputation precedes you. Everyone actually knows every statistical detail about you. Random jerks will walk up to you to complain about how you've lost a percentage of speed. How the fuck do they know? Also, since M. Dick Bucks made his millions off of mobile games, Aura is a main theme. There's another stat you'll see go up and down. Alright, no more further explanation for those who've been M. Dick before. For those who haven't been violated, prepare for barely coherent events. Our first character, Spit Roast, has the name and look of a one-off Venture Bros villain. Beneath the spit roasting persona, he's the quintessential trailer park man, equipped with the cut-off t-shirt to show off his arm tattoo. It was an anchor to symbolize his anchoring to the military. He was in charge of guarding a barracks until handing it over to a young Paul Heyman, who would go on to turn the space into the ECW arena. The floor is already covered in weapons. All it needs is a corrupt leader to run it into the ground. Sealed the deal with the shaking of arms, specifically dynamite and gun in face. Free from responsibilities, Spit Roast rode off on his chopper. An accident involving taunting a wolf John Cena style caused the destruction of the bike. Critters combusting your engine by chewing on it is enough to make anyone want to switch into their villainous alter ego, but all Tab did was make him sleep on the ground like a mortgage-sized barbell. It happened to be a sober slumber on concrete, meaning Spit Roast was grumpy, crotchety enough to shoot the first thing to fall out of the sky. The piece of aviation failure turned out to be a fellow villain who wasn't scared of no punk pussies who use machine guns in a fight. This green asshole who refers to himself as Watchtower really did have no reason to be scared of bullets since he just ate a whole mag. The deciding factor here was the kick from an upstanding horse.
Yeah!
Paid the stallion by backing up into it with the police car, an odd form of back scratching that led to horse detonation. Almost wrote horse denotation. Yeah, man, the large plant-eating domesticated mammal was certainly an event. On to the next living thing playing in the road, a person. While being ran over, the guy threatened the driver from under the car. Proper police procedure became the response. An officer using the squad car to move jaywalkers safely to the sidewalk. His patrol then brought him to the barber shop, where a real man wearing a badge and a tie complained about some wolf being ran over. Spit Roast's reaction involved grabbing the nearest pickaxe to mine into the balding desk jockey's skull. Struck
Understandable.
The vein of one lumberjack boyfriend. Soon as his speech bubble vanished, all hell broke loose. Our main villain got grabbed from behind by the bear and thrown into a full homo Nelson. Gay conversion gave him the ability to do a cartwheel, along with the awareness to get his prospecting ass out of there. He had to return to an environment that he understood, his homeland, the trailer park. Naturally, he drifted into a trailer. Inside was the lair of this evil doer named Screech, who wanted to retire from his attire. Exception resulted in the new Screech 2.0, granting the former Spit Roaster the power to transform. The original Screech's true identity was reminiscent of Mick Foley. His predecessor figured some parting pain would be a good retirement present. These gifts, however, were denied. The receiver became more interested in the pickaxe packaging. Their ceremony was interrupted by the freak from earlier. The yolk-eyed bad guy who was anti-guns being used on him paused to tell Screech 2.0 to arm himself. Right on the front yard, his fresh persona had already been ruined by a terrified citizen who perved on him while he changed clothes. Exposed
Disgusting.
to be Spit Roast by day, supervillain by fight, he switched back into his Screech 2.0 gimmick in order to beat the living shit out of this pesky pedestrian, opening with a slam onto a fucking wolf, then treating the witness like he was calling the cops on kids for skating. Nut stomping got put on hold when fellow villain Sugar Daddy took up the screen with his hype man bullshit. Screech 2.0 walked away, only to come back at night driving a transit van to slowly run over that transformation snitch. Talents were taken elsewhere. Reboot Screech wanted to play Wrestling Empire. In this ring, Uzis were legal as a headlock. Still, actual wrestling took
This is the
place,
way it
such
should
as
be.
Harold Gnome cutting a heartfelt promo only to lose to a flurry of low blows. Oh, what's that? Outside interference? A little too late because the plan for a 2-on-1 became a fair 1-on-1 before Cole Rawl could complete her entrance. The match itself, a total squash. Imagine Goldberg, but instead he unloads an Uzi, then finishes with crotch stomps. From the wrestling match, Screech 2.0 received a souvenir steel chair, which he brought into a movie theater because he was worried he'd fall asleep during the film if the seating was too comfortable. Of course, that chair would end up a weapon when a civilian threw out a nonsense threat. A few swings in, suddenly he downgraded to being a powerless spit roast. That didn't stop him from jumping into the mosh pit erupting in the theater's aisle. Ultimately, he got roughed up.
If you just go to a major city movie theater, this is basically the entire
experience.
experience.
Outside the cinema, while Dangle and Spice argued, Spit Roast passed out. He was saved probably by the last person you'd want to owe a favor to, a mobster-looking dude who brings you back to his sketchy apartment. Returning to where he went unconscious in the center of town, that same pair were still going at it. Standing on the sidelines, there was Screech 2.0 wearing a robe and zombifying people with a staff like a necromancer, with the obvious stated no to stay out of domestic disputes too. Our generic Grim Reaper friend didn't get the message. Thankfully, it was shortly over after the woman powerbombed the man. Defeated, the superhero stripped out of costume and into something more human. The villain smelled vulnerable, unprotected balls, prompting him to attack. He beat this knob gobbler up enough to make him change his mind about fighting, and for Screech to change back into Spit Roast. Continuing to waste energy on this already battered enemy, the Spit Roast master had been distracted and got grabbed up by one of the zombies he created. Bitten with nothing to lose, he kept punching and grappling his way out of the zombie's death grip. At one point he managed to break loose, yet chose to tangle with the undead under the guise that bite infected him anyways. Brought to the ground, he threw one last punch before having his head bitten off like a Melprey mantis post-nut. As Nas said, a baby's being born same time a man is murdered. Only this time the man baby born to be a murderer is a hero named Jake Harper. Kinda has a Duke Nukem Johnny Bravo thing going on. His fly appearance had men hitting on him. To maintain the flirting, he went to prison and picked up a weight. The dumbbell was taken out into the street where everyone could see M. Dickey's idea of weightlifting, using one arm and only one arm. This feat of repetition went on until Jake Harper got too cold. Seeking warmth in the subway station
with a
he found
rifle,
a backpack that could stealthily hold a long rifle. A gift was also taken off the ground. Opening it up revealed a steel step. Aboard the Iron Horse, a vampire recognized the gift that had been brought on. The bloodsucker questioned who let Jake open it. No response, just an awkward silence filling the subway car, until the evil vampire asked the hero if he wanted to join the dark side. Jake Harper said no, never. And as soon as the bad guy was done talking, Jake fell asleep, bored into a coma by that conversation. Awakened to the sight of a robot machine handling a hooker. The train is a narrow battleground, mostly a transitional space with teleporters that go across the map. Jake stepped through one of those doors to be transported to the clothing store. He was already looking fashionably hardcore, but for those who don't, appearances can be tampered with here. Or walk out into oncoming traffic, that'll make you look different. Our hero took a motorcycle to the face. At least it wasn't a car. Still, this set off a bout between the heroes and civilians. Harper introduced his barbed wire bat to the bike and they instantly hit it off. They broke up after someone in the crowd snatched the bat away. Plan B would have to go into effect. Retreat and reach into the backpack for the gun. Jake used his
This is the way it should be.
Action rifle to fight off invading.
Can anyone backport some of this shit to Wrestling Empire?
The ceasefire occurred when everybody got held captive by a speech. The speaker, a tall figure who came to brag about his entire resume of life improvements like a self-help guru. To wrap up his meandering, he included Jake as his inspiration. Now the hero felt important enough to go on to the Joe Rogan podcast. Not as a guest, Jake would rather sleep in Jamie's chair. He caught a pretty crisp nap too, up until one of Rogan's Navy SEAL bodyguards disrupted his sleep. Calmly, Jake climbed atop the desk and nailed the alarm clock with a missile dropkick, thus invoking the struggle for wrestling supremacy. The rights to the podcast studio were given to the heroes over an ankle lock. Somehow, when that leather lady got flipped, the edge of the table cut one of her hands off. As she she left, another woman walked in to congratulate her fellow hero on the victory. Round 2 of chair dozing caught that strange woman's attention too. She stripped and stared down the sleepy fella. Creeping continued when the
I've seen things
missing
that start
hand
like
waited
this.
outside for Jake to fight him again. A crossbow man started intervening, but sissy badass over here was having none of that. Same goes for that speech giver from earlier. He had shrunk, so he requested help with the Phil Graves. Jake claimed he'd take care of the tough guy just to get his ass whooped. Attempting to flee in a van failed due to getting ripped out of the driver's seat and slammed unconscious. The punk who delivered the final blow went on to boast about taking Jake's strength. Getting knocked out placed him in the origin barracks from the previous life, where a stripper was consoling him for his loss of skill. She had those crazy eyes, and her name was literally Cheerleader. Plus, she was another robot that wanted to study how humans sleep. The other android from earlier tried to give up her supercharger lifestyle to Jake. He denied the opportunity at first until she lowered her offer from taking over her position to an apprenticeship. Now he'd be Supercharger Junior sometimes. The change had him drifting off on his throne again. Supermen need their 7 hours too. Keeps him sharp. The mentor thought otherwise. Believing sleep was for the weak, she used a machine gun like a grenade to wake Charger Jr. up. Success. He laid awake in the pile of flaming furniture. Before even getting back to his feet, the new boss was demanding the subordinate clean up her mess. Apparently she planned on helping prior to realizing everything was on fire. Failing to rebuild tables engulfed in flames proved Jake Harper was not a hero, but a civilian. Immediately he checked to see if he could still transform into a big old powerful hunk. Answer is, hell yeah, brother. The superpowered citizen remained anonymous by using people's backyards as changing rooms. Meanwhile, this villain
As you
didn't give a
do.
shit about keeping his identity a secret. Jealous of his confidence, bashful Charger Jr. rocked Bobby Q's noggin. The next nefarious nerd bested looked like a negative version of Supercharger Jr. His super moniker was Midwinter, and defeating him came with the ability to blow wind. Later on, Jake registered himself for night school, and today was career day. On his way in, he saw a maimed tiger tamer leaving. For career night, Jake brought an
Nice
RPG
missing
because
hand.
He wanted to be ready to deal with pushy pricks trying to tell him how to waste his life. In class, he dropped a rocket on that cheerleader, pinned her to
Good.
the ground, and carefully weighed his dialogue decision before landing on, what am I supposed to be doing? The woman he had in a stranglehold reminded him that he was supposed to take over the classroom by 1500 hour. A good guy called Flashlight stood in his way. Gunshots removed the unqualified light source's batteries, making it powerless. Accomplishing that mission made Charger Jr. ambitious enough to go after the entire education system. All talk. Instead, he sought combat at the movies. Our hero did get to tussle with a movie star, Chucky. Using his size,
there he
advantage,
is!
He picked up the air around the little lad and suplexed him. The woman who made Charger Jr. who he is was there too. She caught a German onto a cardboard box
Shinsuke!
marked fragile, though it didn't break until Jr. dropped his big fat feet on it. His enemies were crushed by his mishandling as well. Chucky had been beaten to the point of ballooning into a chubby hippie. The sore winner took preemptive diabetic measures by chainsawing off his opponent's foot. Gosh darn chainsaw blew up during the operation, causing extra unattended limb loss. Keeping the streak of violence alive, he shot an elder in a barber shop and hurled some inaccurate racism his Asian way. Charger Jr.'s actions triggered a 3-on-1 turf war. He battled against 2 older gentlemen and a very basic looking minion for control over folks' hair length. Winning attracted the biggest hater of them all, military-industrial complex man. He came to make fun of Jake for being a pee-pants pissant. This forced a dog to come out of Jake as he took the shit-talker to the floor and began humping his leg. To retaliate, the walking drone strike blasted Jake off of him with missiles. In the process, the fool bombed himself. Unfortunately, our hero lost his hand and the barbershop. He recovered aboard the space station, a place infamous for taking limbs. However, up in space is where his hand grew back. Down on Earth,
Miraculous!
Sergeant Jr. ran into his matching rival. He used every last bit of his energy to keep his nemesis at bay, like Tien spamming Cell into a hole. A selfless act, similar to trying to break up angry mobs with shooting, though apparently that makes someone a villain in the eyes of the M. Dickey OG whack axe. The start of his villain arc included getting laid out and losing his powers. Buried in more bad news than the Epstein files, he then finds out the purple font put him in the worst faction. So the second he got asked to switch sides, he agreed. Once again a hero, he was already fucking up. He accidentally slammed Paul E. Dangerously's fingers in a car door. The cop car seemed to be out for blood since it exploded to take Jake's arm from him. His injury had him on the verge of death. Jim Cornette extended a helping hand, but only if Jake returned to civilian status. He said yes as blood squirted out of his arm socket. After getting his ass kicked numerous times, the game felt so bad for him they sent an NPC taking a dump to provide a tutorial for Jake Harper. His one-armed self was now ready to complete his personal objective. Find Joe Rogan and nuke him like the Liver King. That gained him
keeps
the notoriety
happening.
to start getting superpower offers again. Taking the first one lobbed at him gave Jake a new form, Freebird 2.0. Nevertheless, he was caged into an elevator brawl where he got beaten by his new master. Freedom called and Jake answered with a one-armed motorcycle ride to a roof. How he got that bike on the roof was too mysterious for the civilians. For such a devious deed, he was declared a villain again. Lots of again in this story, huh? Perhaps we should end it. Yeah, throw that motherfucker off the building. Watch his head explode, just like the last character to grace the scoreboards. Piece of shit even ran out of stamina in his celebration screen.
Such is fate.
RPG that's, I think, out of shots now.
This looks amazing, by the way.
Power is having an RPG.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a superpower.
There's always that one guy in the comic book who just is like good with guns or something.
Not fair.
It's me. I guess.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, but I'm out of ammo now. He's the Punisher. What am I doing?
I think those are new sounds for an M. Dickey game.
Maybe.
Miraculous, isn't it?
Everything's probably reused.
Kathy Griffin? That is a big man. Matt Dickey, my goat. Next! 1 minute melee Dan versus Hercule. I remember this one being very good. I recall. We'll see if my memory holds up how I think.
1 minute melee, where all the fights are settled in 60 seconds. 2 fighters, no research. 60 seconds. Melee! Go!
Oh man, that dude looks real strong. And he's looking right at me.
Why is this guy staring at me? He probably wants to kill me with those huge biceps.
You know, I feel like if they want to put Dan in Street Fighter 6, they have to do something different with him, like make him a weird celebrity that has nothing to do with martial arts. Like, between games, Dan became, like, the world's most famous chef or something ridiculous.
Hey! What's the big idea, sucker?
Shit! I thought he would just bought the tough guy act and back down. Now I gotta act like I'm not scared of this guy. Oh? We have a freaking problem here, old fart?
Oh, crap. He isn't backing off. I can't blow my bluff now. Have you no goddamn manners? You just bumped into me. Apologize or prepare to face the deadly fists of Mr. Satan!
Damn!
He can just do that.
Cool intro too. Probably way more famous than I could be. All right, calm down, Dan. You're gonna have
Make
to
him
fight
Steven Seagal. That'd work, too.
Mr. Who? Sorry, it sounds like some sort of trashy cartoon that my students would watch back in the day. If it's a fight you want, it's a fight you'll get.
Oh, crap! Now I actually gotta fight this dude! Why am I so damn stupid? Oh well, here goes nothing. Alrighty then, show me what you got, you pink pajama wearing monkey.
Go for broke. Fight! Here I come!
How about this?
He's got tangerines.
for you.
I knew I could do it.
Oh my god, JC, a bomb!
Yeah, that's about right. Powerful.
This melee's victory goes to Hercule.
Splendid. Hercule was a legit world champion. Very good at his job. It's a wonder he never bothered to ask about Ki. From Mu, Pole Hammer versus Greatsword, 6 seconds. Yeah, that's about right. I fucking love the poleaxe. Next! Drama Llama. Rich Evans falls down a steep hill. Good. You think if Rich tried to do this today, he would actually just die?
Ow! Ow! My fucking foot!
Monkey. Huh. Humorous. Next! From Gorm, the Old Half-Life, The History of Science.
What a peculiar odor. I'll wait right here.
This is how this worked, it's true.
How interesting. Just look at that. Is anyone else getting hungry?
A little bit.
Get away from the put it down. No. Attempt to put it down. It's not. It's not shutting down.
Glad to oblige a fellow scientist. I believe something smells quite foul here.
This is the purest sample we've seen yet.
Theoretically.
Oh!
Have you ever seen such a magnificent species?
Oh no!
You smell something burning? I believe this will make for a notable paper. Why do we all have to wear these ridiculous ties? That suit of yours is full of tracking devices. Still, it's better than going naked in this place. Are you 100% sure that theory of yours is correct?
I never thought I'd see a resonance cascade, let alone create one.
This should shake up those grand unification boys, hmm? Hello.
We're doing this to
I'm going
twerk
stay
next
here
week.
and wait for my colleagues.
Ah. Going back to the late 90s and telling Rich and Mike that their careers would be mocking each other and watching bad movies for the rest of their lives. You know, there are worse fates, I'll be honest. Next! From Jex. This has to be a joke.
A guy from the community named Duang Boy made this website comparing
What a beautiful
the original
Duang.
TV broadcast of the JoJo anime to the Blu-ray releases, where they removed the censorship.
Oh wow, like yeah.
Changed certain shots.
Oh my God. What?
And ended up fixing a lot of mistakes. So myself and Val are gonna see how bad part 1 can get.
I forget how much they censor.
So this
Yeah, it was unbelievable.
Right?
It really was.
Yeah, presumably.
Psychotic.
That shot isn't so bad.
These ones are kind of crazy because, like, obviously this is the Blu-ray on the right here, but then
yeah, but I can already see. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, he looks more boyish.
The way that he has those pouty lips. Wow, they did Dio a little more dirty in the Blu-ray, didn't they?
Yeah, a little bit.
It's just changes like this. This is. It is still Jonathan, but they have these eyelash things that they do with these characters, but I guess it's just like, nah, he's just anime.
Again, wait.
Oh, this is my dog Danny. This is my dog Danny. They touched him up a little bit too.
A little bit.
I prefer Dio's posture a lot more in the Blu-ray, yeah.
Yeah, but he has like Trump hands, look.
My father, Goblario, was a terrible man, Jonathan.
Goblario.
Goblario Brando was a saint. They just thinned his face down. I think he looks good in both, honestly. Like,
yeah.
It's not bad.
The thing is, that is Dio, but then you go to the Blu-ray and it's like, that's also Dio. I like the TV version.
You like the TV version of his hair, really? He just looks like a gigantic... Wow, okay, I think I prefer the TV version, though.
Yeah, right?
Turning here, and then he's just like, this is... Yeah, it looks like they've added more animation in the original.
Yeah, he's like fighting it. He's like resisting.
Yeah.
Wow, Dio, you just like turned into adult Dio there. What the?
Oh, interesting. But, okay, a couple of frames in the broadcast version of the scene have blatant errors. The previous frame, Jonathan had his eyes open. Oh, I see
yeah,
the error. Yeah, they just put it
yeah.
on top of it. So Day Productions, I think, used Toon Boom or like maybe
that would make
theater,
sense.
So I think that's how this is like coming in. But like you can
Then
see
Jonathan?
the eyebrow here was like. I guess it was, like,
I think I prefer Jotaro.
Oh, that Dio!
I think
Fists.
it's kind of hard.
No.
Oh.
Do you think that was like left in by mistake? But no, this looks like it's like supposed to be overlaid, and they haven't actually put the transparency like effect onto it.
Yeah, I see that.
That still looks cool.
He has like a little version of your icon's haircut.
Oh yeah, that's me. We have to keep track of the moles as well. Remember that. Oh, they added these cool like things.
Is that Dio there, or is it Jonathan?
That's Dio, and these spike things are from Cool Shock BT.
Don't know why I thought they were behind the wheel of a car. I know they're not.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, I guess it's the window shadow, but then they just remove that. They're like, oh, no.
Dio, it was very nice of you to take me out on your runabout. Oh, think nothing of the sort, Jonathan.
Okay, I think this shot, like these like sections, make Jonathan look a bit weird. He looks insane here. He looks like the villain.
Oh, Dio, you've discovered my machinations. Oh yeah, no, like okay, the TV version fits way better.
Yeah, it
maybe
does.
He's like sad about this scene. Like that is Jonathan.
It really sucks. This whole thing is really inconsistent, doesn't it?
Oh my god, Jesus. That's brutal.
I actually think about that wound a lot from JoJo, like Dio, like running it through his
above having Dio at the finale instead of Jotaro and Dio again. They should have let you pick which two you wanted to fight Dio instead of defaulting to Jotaro and Jolie.
Evil is why is Speedwagon so handsome?
Or at least have you pick who Jotaro fights alongside for it.
He was like across the room.
He looks.
I would have chosen Giorno myself.
Actually, whereas this one looks very like anime.
No, what you mean? I mean, the manga was much rounder. It was brutal.
Oh, that's interesting. So you see the actual half of his head here, and then...
Oh wow! Oh god, I remember the zombies being completely blacked out and being like, yeah, they look weird.
Yeah, this was yeah, I do remember it all being like just dark. This whole scene,
and I remember even back then, I was like, wow, they did JoJo so dirty. It was just a DVD, and it was just a picture of Jonathan and Joseph. When JoJo picked up, they were like, oh, here's the Blu-ray of part 1, and it was an immaculate box set.
It looks like the mask there. Son of the Mask.
That's a cool shot.
Oh, that?
Yeah.
It's kind of cool, isn't it?
It's when he whips the belt, isn't it?
They're adding like, what is it called when like fire gives off like a blur effect?
I remember I never liked how like you could see like the pink of his eyes so much. But this whole style, because it doesn't look like JoJo, from what I knew in the manga at least, it was very much an adjustment.
Oh yeah, totally. Like the people working on it were like really big fans, and they wanted to obviously keep a new style consistent.
Yeah, no, the detail on that is like really good.
You know, Chad, there is a
Oh, God, yeah,
Part
obviously.
3
Wait,
RPG
that
out
animation on
there
that death is badass.
where you make your own character.
Whoa!
And you do, like, decision-making for how the part goes.
This is a cool looking zombie. Well, this stuff. Oh, God.
Maybe we
Change the
should do
text
that
that
at
they
some
made it
point.
Why did they like these? Like, oh yeah, because that's just a natural thing with Speedwagon.
Yeah, he has those, but why did they remove it?
I don't know. Like, because they're supposed to be like his bags, right? He's just like a baggy-eyed guy.
Wait, what? That one looks better.
Tabletop?
No, because I don't think
it's made like
maybe not.
Pokemon.
Oh wow,
It looks like Game Boy Color Pokemon, except you're a stand user in Part 3.
Eat a chili pepper. Don't eat out your wife. It'll f ya.
7 stand user, that's the name.
Let's see.
Oh, the eyeball's good. I remember that shot in the Blu-ray version.
Oh God, look at that.
So I have seen the Blu-ray version at some point because I remember seeing that him like
even
twiddling
Speedwagon
the
is
vein and being
afraid.
like, "Ew, that's like really gross.
Yeah. You mean that one?
I thought Dyer was Polnareff.
What do you think? It kind of does look like Polnareff. Anyway, we're
Well,
going to go
but-
through the rest of these in this playlist here.
Huh. Fascinating, isn't it? Next! Residents of Evil, Arclay, Resident Evil Director's Cut, Proof of Concept short film. God, it cannot be any worse than every official attempt.
We got a gunshot victim at 4 Lincoln Lane. Roger on ED 121.
You know, making a small film about a very small scale series of events in like the suburbs part of Raccoon City when shit starts hitting the fan should not be difficult. It should not be even remotely difficult to execute. Of just like, here's a handful of characters when things are getting bad and they're outside of like downtown Raccoon City. Those Tic Tacs won't save him. I know exactly what you're referring to.
Ron, let me by, Brenner. Not so sure that's a good idea. You
Hmm.
Listen. This isn't what you want to see. Don't. Let me the fuck go.
Can I just say I really hate windows like that above a door?
Jim, you shouldn't be here.
Where is he, Trace?
Witness living across the street heard the shot.
Listen, no. Jim, listen to me.
What?
You don't want to see this.
Why didn't you call me?
You know why I didn't call you. You know what they would have done? Let me handle this. Okay? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Whiskey 34, come in.
"15 minutes. But don't say I didn't try. No forced entry. No sign of a struggle. The trajectory of the bullet destroyed his jaw and nose.
This is very well shot for a fan film. You know that? Me in the future. Same man!
I was with him when he bought it. Permits in his wallet.
Burglary doesn't look like a motive.
You find the other cigar?
What cigar?
Check the humidor. There should be 2 missing.
Maybe he smoked alone.
No, he didn't.
Hmm.
They were party favors. Something he offered special guests.
Scotch.
Hmm.
Poker and politics.
What does that mean?
He's not a Scotch man. Only when he had company.
Well, I guess tonight was different. Look, I don't have to tell you you're too close.
We've seen enough suicides to know.
Over a cigar?
And the Scotch.
Jim, I think you're...
He's got a wedding anniversary in 2 weeks. His daughter's graduating from high school. He just got promoted at Paradigm. Because I know him, Sam.
I can't care about what you know. Only what I can prove.
Fuck what you can prove. This is my brother.
Did you know the family was out of town this weekend?
No.
Yeah. Ellie's not just graduating. She's touring one of the most expensive medical programs in the country.
She got in.
Last week. It's a private school, and Dave was on the hook for all of it. Are you aware that his former partner is suing him for $5 million?
I think I've asked this once before in a different stream.
Not on the board. I can't play it. And right now...
Did 9/11 and Resident Evil involve freak mutant shit?
What this looks like.
It had to have, right?
My hands are tied, Jim.
I need you with me on this.
I'll canvass the neighbors. Okay.
It's gonna be the CCTV.
And I'll be pulling the feeds.
And about Prince and the angle of the gun.
Jim! I know how to run a goddamn crime scene.
You asked if 9/11 would be as big of a deal if Raccoon City incident was real. If a mid to large size American city in the Midwest was fucking nuked, yeah, I don't think it would have been as big of a deal. If a news broadcast ever hit the airwaves of zombies and giant mutant animals, I don't think the towers falling would have been nearly as much of a talking point.
Are you ready for this?
Can you imagine?
Vic looks like David Michael Reinhardt.
If you turned on the TV one day
We're gonna need forensics on
and you saw a tyrant, can you fathom it? Irons as well. Why did they make Chief Irons, like, so overtly cartoonishly evil in the remake of RE2? Like, it's to the point that it's fucking absurd. Make 9/11 look like misdemeanor vandalism. I can't read. T-Virus, the final Hail Mary to get us to... Ignore the files. Wesker was on that island, man! It's okay, Thief can't spell. I'm going to choose to believe you. Man, would you look at that? Is that an MO disc? Aha. Tell the two police officers inside that there is someone else in the building. There you go, that's one. Ow, where'd you look at that? You should be giving the people that made this a budget to make something. You should really be giving the people that made this a budget to make an actual film. You should really consider doing that. Zombie's quite good for a one-off pilot. Certainly not bad! That was very well made. I liked that quite a bit, actually. That was actually very good. Next! Pushkin the White Cat. Very many maw, but also Mara. As it should be. The baby. Looks better than the official film that's being made now. Looks better than any of the official adaptations of Resident Evil as a franchise. Extremely low quality bar to clear. Look at him. Look at him. It's happening. It's beautiful. The baby. Ah. 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 Huh. My sister owns 3 cats. And they all liked me. Two of them kept trying to sleep next to me. La criatura. Yes. Ha! Alright, I think we're gonna end on this one. Internet historian, pools closed. Because I am gonna go try and keep working on the model after this. So.
The sheriff has declared an emergency.
This summer, the pool is closed due to AIDS.
2006, a pandemic spread across the world.
Man, if only you knew.
Extensive research from the CDC revealed Habbo Hotel Pool as the point of origin, likely after someone jacked off into one of the filters.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
A band of unlikely heroes has worked tirelessly to keep the people safe, to close every pool. It all started on July 12th. The plan was simple. Create an account, make an avatar, full suit, dark skin, big afro. Log in and block the pool. Hundreds flooded in to block the ladders and prevent players from catching the AIDS. The mission was an overwhelming success. No one could get into the pool. But then...
20 years ago, by the way.
On September 4th, Steve Irwin, well-known animal fighter, was killed by a stingray.
It sucks, I know.
Intel indicated that many...
I think about Steve Irwin sometimes still, man.
Now the pool was filled with AIDS and stingrays, and most likely those stingrays also had AIDS. Operation September 11th was launched, and once again our heroes marched towards the pools. But it wasn't just the Habbo pool that had people worried.
I'm glad his son is doing well.
Citizens having their own local pool closed.
Hi. There's kind of an emergency. I was swimming in the pool and I cut my leg, and I mean there was a fair amount of blood. It's not enough for me to go to the hospital, but I actually have HIV, and
You were in the pool like right now?
Yes, ma'am. And people could be getting infected
Okay,
right now.
I'll go shut the pool.
You gonna close the pool?
Yep.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Pool's closed.
AIDS! Everybody out!
Recruitment was at an all-time high. Pools were being shut down left and right. It looked as if our heroes could really achieve a permanent pool shutdown. But then, things took a sharp turn. The racist mods had arrived.
It's
They were
happening!
determined to keep the pool open even though they knew the risks. Bannings left and right. This wasn't a war. This was a massacre. Hundreds of avatars were lost. But our heroes were not giving up so easily. If they couldn't take the fight to Habbo, they would take it to the streets.
Yeah.
Yes, and what did they exactly tell you?
To evacuate the pool?
Okay, because of HIV, correct?
That's correct.
Alright. One of the standard procedures is we need you to go ahead and put a sign outside the pool and tell them why it's closed.
Right, we're doing that right now.
Or what are you putting on the sign exactly? Because there are
Due to health and safety.
Yeah, the pool's closed due to AIDS, actually.
Do we have to specify AIDS? I mean...
Yes.
Okay. Pool closes to AIDS.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
okay, so who's coming down here? And they're gonna...
Exactly how illegal is this?
John Robertson from Castle, right?
Is this like a misdemeanor at worst?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Or is this like someone is gonna kick in your fucking door?
The entire pool evacuated, and they now have a sign outside the pool saying pool closed due to AIDS.
Amel.
But just as the real-life campaign to shut down the pool was reaching its peak, a new challenger emerged. If the mods were trash mobs, she would be the final boss.
Uh-oh.
Banned from a swimming pool. Tonight, their grandmother is outraged.
I'd imagine it depends how much you do it.
She never thought that after 50 years, her grandkids would be the target of such hate.
But this is a sign that one woman who lives in this area didn't expect to see. Mary Alice says when this sign was up, the pool wasn't closed at all.
And I tell myself it's just a bunch of racist, homophobic geeks ridiculing me.
But our heroes weren't about to take it lying down. They found her home phone number and made pleas to reason and logic.
Mary Alice received several calls after she began telling her story.
I have been sent from the future to close the pool.
She would not listen. She knew how to make it all about her, and she knew how to play the media.
This kind of stuff is old, and it's ugly, and it's tired, and it's time for it to be buried.
According to some websites, this image is associated with a group of hackers who invaded a children's social networking site. Just an online inside joke.
A joke is when two people
How are you doing today? The model's almost done!
I'm not laughing.
She's not laughing.
She was not laughing.
During our interview, Altorfer learned of a second flyer at the pool.
It's a picture of me with an afro.
Police did.
You have an afro!
When they get tired of making fun of a grandma online, they will find something better to do.
For months, she continued a campaign to keep the pool open.
I went swimming in a pool on my sister's birthday, and it was a very lovely time. I had not been in a pool since I was a teenager.
Pool is closed due to AIDS.
She's probably dead by now. Probably!
The mission is over.
In 2009, our brothers prepared for another raid, but they didn't know it could be their last. The racist mods and devs had changed the rules. They allowed avatars to walk through.
Did you have it checked for AIDS?
Could ever be blocked again.
You know, it's California, so I would not put it past the pool to have AIDS. But no, I neglected to do that.
Fail gave way to
I seem to be fine still.
First, there was a faction of skinheads who split away. Then the gingers decided to make their own group. Then there was total communist revolution.
Disgusting.
In 2010, things only got worse. And by 2011, it looked as though there would never be another successful raid again. These were the brothers' darkest days, and it was almost certain that the pools would remain open forever. But then, in 2012, a ray of hope.
Now Channel 4 News can reveal that the children's online gaming site Habbo Hotel is inhabited by paedophiles.
That's just every online game, to be frank, man.
The biggest multi-million-pound investors has pulled out.
In one quick shift of fortune, it became possible that not just the pool, but the entire hotel could be closed indefinitely.
Well played, boys. Well played.
That Habbo's been going on, and within a week, Channel 4 have managed to basically tear that down.
Admins muted the whole game for a week. No one could talk to anyone, and the player base sank right through the floor. But the best part was, our brothers had reunified. The divisions of the past had been put to the side. They came together to kick Habbo while it was down, and they were coming prepared.
I miss Pedo Bear. He was a funny character.
They didn't need to block. They just had to make a large and annoying presence.
And they murdered him in cold blood in broad daylight.
I think these people need a little education about the HIV virus. The disease
Thank you,
is
Captain
here.
Planet.
Protect your children.
I have HIV. I mean, my blood is in the water, and that's not good, you know. I can't.
I gotcha. I appreciate you calling. We will take drastic measures.
Contemporary Twitter outraged about relic of the internet eras before them.
Staff. We also have weekly testing of our water.
Goddamn orcs. Bitching about the Dunedain.
Due to AIDS.
It's been quite the adventure of highs and lows, pools and AIDS, pedos and stingrays. And now it's 2017, there will be 2 great raids this year. July 12th, the anniversary of the very first raid, and December 1st, World AIDS Day. It's up to you whether you want to come along, but I hope to see you there, brothers.
Godspeed, kids. My God, that was almost a decade ago. Holy fuck. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, Lord. 4chan used to be entertaining until it became just politics and bot threads. It's horrible, I know. Ugh. Everything is awful now. Christ. The fire is gone. Ah! All right. Hello, kids. We're back on the regular screen. Isn't it amazing? Ha! Wowzers. Thank you for coming by the stream. I appreciate it. If you want to know when streams are going to be or what we're going to be doing any given day, scroll down just a little bit, hit the link for me on Twitter. I'm just going to put the GIF up in the background because I like it. Ha. Twitch is down there. Stream there also. Give that a follow if you like. Patreon's down there. A little bit of support with and helping get game with as well as these people right. Yeah. And thank you. I appreciate it. We should be back on Monday for probably more of the Jetstream Sam mod for Elden Ring, I would assume. We'll see how that plays out, but I digress. Thank you, kids. I will see everyone again in the next one. You take care now. Goodbye.